to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
Are you new to jewellery making? Then tune in to our Designer Inspiration Show every day between 1 and 5 for our new 2 sections. We'll help you get started and give you all the knowledge and inspiration you need. Also, we'll be introducing you to a new medium every day. Whether you're a beginner or intermediate, we've got everything you need to get you started with a new hobby. The Designer Inspiration Show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company.
Hello everybody. Welcome to Designer Inspiration. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. My name is Rebecca Redican and today it's Monday. How are we feeling? Woo! We're feeling good on Monday. Have you all had a lovely weekend? I was in ever so sunny Dublin all weekend. I went to have a beverage, a well-known Irish beverage. Do you not like that? No. You're not feeling it?
No.
I said to Carol a second ago, I had like 2 pints of the stuff and I felt like I'd drunk a loaf of bread. Do you know what I mean? It is filling, isn't it? It's like a dinner. You're right, it is like a dinner. I had a wonderful time, lots of lovely people. I had a few nights out, did some very good touristy things as well. So after my holiday, you could feel the blues, you know, post-holiday blues, you could feel them. But I don't today, because I am joined by spellbinding Laura Binding. Hi, love.
Hello.
How was your weekend?
It was amazing.
She had a cracking one as well. Go on, tell us.
I went to see Robbie Williams, and I'm sorry if it's not everyone's thing, but I was closer to him than I am to you now.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you a proper fangirl?
I was always in love with Robbie. He was always my favourite.
Were you?
I am. That's sad.
Were you screaming or were you?
I did have a little shout.
Did
but,
you?
You know, I was with my husband, so it's not quite the same. If you got like one of your girlfriends there or something, you can just like really go for it. But no, it's a little bit. You know, I was like, woo! Until he came about this close to me because he went under the stairs. I've already told you this. Sorry.
Were you being really casual with your husband there, like, oh yeah, I've not loved you all my life, Robbie?
Oh no, we've got a deal. He knows of my obsession. We've got a deal that if I ever manage to in any way meet Robbie, I've got to introduce Tony to Kylie.
Oh right,
that's
okay, that's fair enough.
That's a deal.
It's
been set from the beginning.
Match made in heaven, aren't you, you and Tony? Welcome to Designer Inspiration. I have got spellbinding with me all day, but today is very, very special because it is another one of our live workshops. If you've never seen that before, do not worry, I'll explain all. Basically, all you have to do is get in touch with us with any questions you might have, any demos you might want to see, anything that perhaps you have really, really wanted to know about but haven't had the opportunity to get in touch with us before or haven't had the opportunity to see it, then today is the day. All you have to do is text us in. The text number is 60777. Start your text with the word JM Studio. Alternatively, if you just want to get in touch with us on Facebook, there is a Facebook feed on there that you can write your questions below. Anything. We've had loads in before. before. We've had people messaging in saying, I'm going out tonight, I've got half an hour to make something, can you whip me up a real quick necklace that I can copy at home? Maybe it's you want everyday wear, you want to see an everyday headwear piece. We can show you step by step how to do it. So what we'll be doing is we won't be spending the full 2 hours with spellbinding today, just a little bit of time, and then we'll also be answering as many of your questions as we can. So today it's your show, get involved. It's Monday, let's add a spring to our step. Today I have got deals left, right and centre. I've got discounts on sapphire. I have got stunning findings deals as well. And I've got loads and loads of natural gemstones coming for you today as well, including lots of my favourite opal for you today. So let's get started. This is a beautiful, feminine, really delicate, quite classical combination that I've got here for you now. And I tell you what, we're starting off as we mean to go on. The price on this is astounding. Take a little look at these 3 beautiful strands. Oof, beautiful shell pearl. Look at these 3. Aren't they so elegant? They've got this gorgeous, almost pearlescent sheen to them over the surface, haven't they? If you're not sure what shell pearl is, essentially it's shell, and we cover it in a coating that's called mother of shell bead, and it's a really nice, strong, sturdy covering. And we build it up a little bit like pearls do themselves, with layers and layers of net grits like that, but it's mother of pearl bead that we add on top of there. Now the great thing with that is it means you get the look of pearls, because let's face it, they have got that pearl a look and effect to them, haven't they? But they're much stronger. They're a bit more wearable, some might say as well. As sure a lot of us will know, with pearls you've got to be careful because they are so porous with things like perfume or going for a workout or a run in pearls. You have to be very, very careful because they are so delicate. You can sometimes get little speckles on them, which are really, really hard, sometimes impossible to get rid of. Shell pearl, we don't have that problem. It's nowhere near as porous as the pearls themselves. So these are super duper wearable no matter what you're doing, which means they're great for day wear and great for nightwear too. You've got 3 strands here. You've got the beautiful natural white tone, which is the 12 mil. Also in the 12 mil, you've got something called hazy violet. Oh, I like that. Oh, indeed. It's a bit dusky, isn't it? It's a little bit vintage. I adore that. And then in the smaller pearls, you've got the 6 mil violet pearls here as well. So 2 different sizes, 3 different colours. Your price for all 3 strands today is not £17.85. I told you we're starting as we mean to go on. I have got price slashes galore. Do you know what? It's Monday. We need a spring in our step today, don't we? So how about we start knocking those pounds off with this? 3 strands, super wearable, ridiculously durable, oh so elegant, and yours for just £13.85. Unlucky for some, but not for you today. £13.85. The saving on that is astonishing. Bang on £4. So you're saving, what, like £1.35, £1.40 each, around that per strand? FSGC 35. They're so wearable. They're so workable. Even just one of these large 12 mil shell pearls is a ring. Have you seen them? They're really big at the moment, these pearl rings, aren't they? In fact, our sister channel, Gems, I was speaking to Ruth earlier on, and she said that she had a sort of a showcase of them. She had absolutely loads and loads and loads of these, just in beautiful ring. They usually set them with 925, and it's got that really high class effect, because it's ageless, it's timeless. But although we think of pearls as ageless and timeless, actually the pearls that have been coming into fashion that we're wearing as rings, that's quite a new twist, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of these around as well?
Yeah, the sort of the larger, just individuals.
Just
pearls,
an individual.
Yeah,
just an individual. They're large, and they're just, you know, with
just set.
Just set.
Yeah, yeah. I know they're a lot of money when they are like the ones that are set. Like what is the type of pearl? It's a certain type of pearl, isn't it? And it's set. So to get one that large,
right? Yeah,
would be a lot of money. So you can make it a lot more affordable.
Absolutely stunning, isn't it? You're getting all 3 of these strands today for just £13.85. £4 saving you've got. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all today? Patricia, you're getting yourself some in Greater Manchester. Carol as well. Hello, Anne. We have got so many deals for you lot today, genuinely. I have got tools galore, discounts left, right and centre. And guess what? Ooh! kept this one quiet, didn't we? Square, wire, coming up for you in a bit. And these are coming together. Be there or be square. Just one clap off cameraman Ben, thank you. Just the one. Okay, let's move on. That was awkward. £13.85. Get your hands on it whilst you can. I've got another bundle for you now. More of these beautiful shell pearls. Take a little look. This one, how would I describe this colour? It's beautiful, almost just a delicate butterscotch, isn't it? These are really, really pretty, really delicate. If I put them actually next to the ones that we've just done for you in that kit, how perfect are they together? Oh, look at those together. Oh, I've shocked myself there. That was a really good combination, if I do say so myself. You've got this beautiful, really delicate peach tone of your shell pearl. Again, that's in the 6mm, so exactly the same size as in my kit earlier on. You've also got this wonderful strand of your cappuccino and white agate. Cappuccino. Ooh. Yeah, I can see that. You don't drink cappuccino, do you?
I do, but not very often.
No.
No, it's got to really be in the mood.
Yeah, you've got to really be in the mood. Well, with this strand, you can add a bit of cappuccino to your life.
Yeah. That kind of makes me think of like a caramel latte as well. Caramel macchiato.
Ooh, all right,
me.
posh. You've got here this beautiful agate. Now, it's faceted, which is relatively unusual for agate, isn't it? But what's even more spectacular is, can you see how the colouring has been adhered onto this and these different areas of transparency? You've got almost this polka dot effect, purely where the transparency is. You've got these mottled honey and amber tones. Hey, boy, oh boy, if you've got amber in your collection, I think that would be astonishing with that, because again, amber's got this really interesting internal structure, whereas these have got a really interesting external structure, and to have that juxtaposition can really add something to your designs, can't it? 150 carats worth of these, and they're 8mm for you. And then some more agate, but a totally different feel. Have a look at these nuggets. They're quite organic feeling to these. I love these as a piece with movement. Spellbinding, if you were just to work with this one strand, what would you be doing with this?
Ooh. I don't know, it's quite
It's
interesting.
quite an unusual shape, isn't it? I'm just, you know, for ideas of people at home.
But the thing is, you can obviously treat each one as an individual stone, so you could still make a nice wire wrapped ring out of it, make a nice pair of earrings, because you'll probably be able to find a couple of pairs there.
Oh yeah,
and just
easily.
have them hanging on their own, you know. You could choose some of the smaller ones and have like a tassel effect, and a couple, just like one of the larger ones as a feature. You could just wrap one of them, you could treat it like a cabochon. You know, there's a lot you could do with it.
There's loads you could do with this, isn't there?
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of cabochons, I've just noticed this. Oh! Later. So you're getting, I did not just sound like that then, Ryan. Ryan in my ear just did an impression of me. I said later, and you went later. It's not how I sound at all. Let's make myself sound more posh now. 180 carats worth of your grey agate in these long and medium drops. You've also got the agate cappuccino and these beautiful peachy shell pearls, 6mm. Price. Shoulda, woulda, coulda be price. £10.85. We're gonna go under 10 for you today though. Your price today isn't. It is £7.95. That means you're getting each strand for, what is it, £2? £2.65 per strand. Genuine gemstones you've got in here. You've got that beautiful cappuccino agate, those gorgeous grey agate drops as well. What do you think of that price, Spellbind?
I think that's a really good price, because you've got a nice little bit of a mix of everything there as well, so it's quite a good little, almost sort of variety starter pack, because you've got different sizes, different shapes, and just sort of different textures and combinations.
That's the great thing with this, isn't it? You've got different textures. You've got the smoothness of the shell pearl, you've got the faceting of the agate, and then you've got the drop style as well. So different shapes, different sheens, different effects. And another one about it, another reason this is so versatile is because the shell pearl, completely opaque. The grey agate has got a lot of translucency to that. And then the agate with those polka dot spots has got hitting both targets there. So you've got variety not only with the shape, not only with the colour, but also with the texture and the actual internal effects of each of these. It's real beautiful variety. These are working out just over £2.60 each for you today. HRGC82, that's your code. Cappuccino Sunrise, good name. You've got loads coming up for you today. Do stay with me. Welcome everyone. Make sure you're checking out your baskets for me this afternoon. So that's me again, love. On my left. All right. Oh, I love this strand. Have you got that slide, Ryan boy? Yes. It's my impression of Ryan. We can all do impressions here. This is such a spectacular high fashion strand. It truly, truly is. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you keep up to date with trends and fashions, especially if you sell your own jewellery. That's something really important to stay on top of, isn't it? Because you want to know what people are going to be expecting and what people are going to be, you know, looking for in the coming months, the coming seasons, for what they might want to purchase from you. And this season, one of the big trends, I'm sure you'll have seen it sparking up all over the high street, is this really gorgeous, rough cut, natural looking stone, but then big, impactful colours. In fact, I found a website not so long ago, started depicting that, and you can see in there, this is talking about the summer trends. This is summer, this is all about the music festivals, walking on beaches, and it's talking about raw stones and how, you know, they're really incredible and wonderful life inside them. It gives a great boho look. And look at all of the colours in there as well. You can always see all the internal structures and fun, can't you? Now bear that in mind when you take a look at this strand, because this to me just epitomises that entire collection. This is really modern, funky, wearable and interesting, isn't it? This is your solar quartz. The thing that people adore about solar quartz is the fact that you can see almost the mechanisms, as it were, of Mother Nature working internally with each of these. You've almost got that epicenter, haven't you? Can you see in a lot of these? And then from there, you get this span of your crystals just shining out. When you take this into the light, it genuinely just comes alive. I don't mean literally. That'd be weird. But it does, it shines, it glows. There's rainbow colours on each of the points of this. It's really wonderful. Get your hands on this today. Take it outside for a date. You'll be really happy. 120 carats worth of your watermelon solar quartz. It's so spring, summer this year, and it's yours for a tiny £9.95 for you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 I've got, so it's working out pretty much £1 per stone. So when we think of it like this, you've got a real variety here, haven't you? You've got plenty for earrings. Perfect pair, actually, the ones at the end, aren't they? Pair of earrings there. And then, you know, a couple of pendants, a few charms on there as well. Now, even if with this, the centre 3, I did a pendant with, you know, just using one of those at a time, you'd be selling that for what? Minimum £7 or £8 per one, wouldn't you? Simple bit of wire wrapping. Yeah. Really simple bit of wire wrapping. Minimum £7, £8. Fact of the matter is, you're only getting it for £1 today. Do you love these?
I do. I really do. And, you know, I've actually had a couple of those. I've had some in the slightly different shapes as well, but still that same stone. Yeah. And I use them for when I do my wire wrap pendants. And I always wrap them with copper because it really brings out all of the different colour tones in it. It's one of my favourites, and I love anything unusual, you know I do. But I love the fact that you've got that colour range, you've got the greens, you've got the pinks, and it's just, for me, it's beautiful.
It's vibrant and it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, although the colour itself is quite bright, it's not too overpowering because the internal structure of it is so interesting. It almost breaks that high bright colour up, doesn't it?
Well, the thing is, I mean, everyone knows I'm not a pink person. It doesn't, I can't wear it. It's not that I don't like it, I just can't wear it. But I would wear that because even though it looks quite bright looking at it like this, when you team it with something, if you team it with wire, like I said, for me, I would team it with either antique bronze or copper, but you could still really zest it up with some silver, but then you can tone it down using the cooler colours like the gold or the copper or the bronze. So you can really play about. You could even put some baby pink wire or some fuchsia pink and teals, you know, you could really go to town on it.
You can. Your imagination can go wild with this strand, I think. 120 carats worth, it's beautiful, it's fun, it's bright, and it's just £9.95. Rude not to, wouldn't it? So, we're gonna go, did you get those eye pins earlier on? Did you? You didn't. You didn't, Ben. Did you? If you did get those eye pins on this morning's show, then you're gonna want these to finish off and really create those beautiful drop earrings. You have got here your gold and silver earring posts with your butterfly backs. Gold and silver plating on these. How beautiful are they? So if we look at it from the front, this is what you'll be getting as an idea when you wear this in your ear. So you can see you've got the ball point, and then you've got the loop, which is where you could drop through your eye pin or your head pin to create a really nice drop earring. Of course, you can wire wrap around that or you know, down onto it to create a chandelier style as well if you so wished. And then as I turn it to the side, you've got your bar there, and you've also got your butterfly clasp. And that just means that that piece that you're going to be wearing in your ears, that you're going to be adorning yourself with, will be locked into place in your ear. There's nothing worse with the shepherd's hook, is there? Creating a lovely piece, really heavy, really bejeweled, and then they flop out of your ear when you're dancing to Robbie Williams.
Or screaming.
Or screaming, yeah, absolutely. Or screaming in Spellbind's case. You've got you've got the security on there, haven't you? And actually, if I show you, I wonder if you'll be able to pick it up. Let me pull this off. So this is your butterfly clasp, but if I take it off, could you see really closely there? There's a little nook. Can you see that? That little nook there just means that when you pop this on, you can actually hear and feel it go, which means that you know then at that point it's locked into place. You're all happy days, you're ready, you can go out, you can dance your socks off or whatever you like, and you've got that security that your earring will be staying in. So of this you're going to be getting 100 pairs in total, so 200 earrings essentially. Your price today is not £22.90, but do you know what? That is a quacking little price. Have you ever been, you know that that like accessories shop that you can go to and you can get your ears pierced and stuff in there, can't you? Even just a stud pair of earrings there are, you know, just a stud pair you can be getting for £8-9 like this, you know, copper and the plating over the top. So for even if you said £5 per pair, that would be, you know, yeah, average, you'd be fine with that. Today though, at that price, these are working out per pair at about 12p, Helena says. Really? Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? £12.95 for you today. It's absolutely astonishing. £9.95 saving. That's nearly a tenner off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you buy anything at the Robbie gig? There's loads of you coming in. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Did
I
you?
bought a wristband.
How much was that?
£4.
£4?
For a rubber wristband.
For a rubber wristband?
Robbie Williams. Swing when you ring. Swing when you're winning. Or swing both ways. Can't remember.
I think it's the latter one, isn't it?
Yeah, swing both ways. He had a couple. I was a bit gutted because I had a red one, but they had blue ones as well, but I didn't see them.
Oh.
But, you know.
£4 for a bit of rubber?
Yeah.
You could buy half of this for that price.
I bought a programme for £10, which actually is quite a good price for a programme, to be fair, it is. And then I bought I say I did, Tony did. They recorded the show live, and then at the end you could buy the CD, the double CD of the actual performance that you've just seen.
No way.
Yeah.
Were you in there? Did you buy it?
Yeah.
Were you on there? Have you watched it?
I've listened. No, it's not a DVD, it's a CD. It's like a recording of the actual show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that before. Oh,
No,
I wish it
it's-
was a DVD. I would love to see you at the front.
Just see me.
I would love that. Loads of you coming in really, really, really quickly for this. Nice work, guys. Checking out your baskets, left, right and centre. Thank you very, very kindly. Working out just over 12p per one. JLGC29, tis the code, for 100 pairs of these. If you create for a stall, then you know you want to stock up. You know this is the time. If you just create for yourself and for friends, you're sorted with this, aren't you? You're sorted with it at that price.
Yeah, and it is also good. I've just, one of the mums at Kayla's school is getting married next Saturday actually, and I'm doing some wedding jewellery for her. And I've just done her a simple little pair of earrings with some little pearl drops and a little couple of crystals. And rather than having it on a fish hook, like a shepherd hook, I've done it on actual studs because it doesn't drop down so far, because she wanted it to be a little bit more minimal.
Minimal, I see,
So even though it's got a drop on it, because you've taken away the hook, it makes it more sort of,
it lifts
it
more.
up, yeah.
It
So you
does.
still get the movement because you've still got that drop, but you haven't got it sort of right down here and a bit too obvious or a bit too full on, because she's going for quite a vintage look.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So, you know, as soon as I put them on the studs, she was like, that's perfect. It's exactly what you want. Plus, you've got that security, like you say, you know that you're not going to look in the middle. Like, was it you, someone saying about when you look in a picture and you realise you've lost an earring halfway through?
Oh, so
And
annoying.
you're just like, when did I lose that?
Yeah.
So,
you have to look back through all of your photos and go, oh, I lost it in the second
around
part.
about there.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You've got that security here, and it does give quite a nice subtle look as well if you wish it to. But you can go OTT with it too.
Yeah.
There is a slight queue on the phone. What's the queue time about, Helena? About 2 minutes, approximately. But nay, you worry, because it's free phone if you're ringing from a landline. 0800 644 655. What was that, Ben? Are you just dead chuffed at the free phone number? Yeah. Woo. Free. Free phone. Stay where you are, because do you know what? You're getting genuine gold and silver plating over the top of a really durable copper. 100 pairs worth for less than what Laura Binding spent on a little booklet and a bit of plastic.
Oh, excuse me, it's a good booklet though.
Is it a good
and it's a
booklet?
really cool piece of plastic that I reluctantly took off today.
It's a really cool piece of plastic. I love that. Did you reluctantly take it off?
Yeah, and I only just took off the, because I had a band to get me into my area, I reluctantly took that off this morning actually, because I was like that. Darn.
I do that as well. When you go to festivals, do you do
Yeah.
that, Ben? Do you do it as well, Ryan? You keep them on for as long as you can.
And then I've taken it off, I will go in with I always buy a programme, because
Yeah.
then I staple the tickets, and then if you have anything like the band inside the programme. Yes, I'm sad, okay? I don't go out very often. I don't go to concerts very often. I like to make the most of it.
I used to do that as well when
Used
I
to?
was 14.
Yeah, all right.
No, I love that. I think that's really cute. I do the same sort of thing, to be honest. I really do. £12.95 for you today. Gold and silver earring post, 100 pairs for you. Stay on the phone lines. I promise you, it's worth the wait. You know, it's really, really rare that we will have butterfly backs with the earring post, especially at such a crack-a-lacking deal. It really, really is. So it is well worth staying exactly where you are for that, because it doesn't happen often and you don't want to miss out, especially when they're so versatile. Check out your baskets. I've probably got about 20-ish of you with it in your baskets. I've still got a queue on the phone lines. Don't worry though. Triple buyers as well. Oh. Hey, you triple buyers, I bet you've got a few stalls coming up. Either that or a lot of ears. I have got a bundle for you now, which is going to be Spellbinding's challenge. What do you think of this challenge kit, lovely Laura?
I think it's lovely. Really.
It's quite you, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
You're beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful and elegant, just like you.
I was going to say, are you sure it's quite me? Really?
Bless. I wasn't looking at you. So I've got for you loads and loads of goodies in here, including a cab. Now, really unusual, we'll be giving a cab as a challenge, isn't it? You've got in here 10 metres worth of your 1 mil in the antiques bronze. You've also got this beautiful cab, which is really unusual to see, especially if it's aventurine. We don't get aventurine on that often, let alone in cabs, but you've got 240 carats worth of it today. 10 mil round this cab is. Imagine that as a ring. For me, I know it's a bit chunky, but for me, that'd be perfect. Pendant, of course. Spellbind, are you going to play with this cab in your challenge?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a focal point?
Yeah, I think so. I've not quite decided what I'm going to do yet, but yeah, either a ring or bracelet, maybe even a cuff or something.
Oh, that'd be cool. I like the idea of that. So that is your 10 mil aventurine, beautiful aventurine. You've also got in there this massive green strand of your quartz. 10 mil these are. This is 30 mil, obviously. I was just seeing if you were all awake. Nobody was. This is a strand of your faceted quartz. It's a really beautiful green. How complementary is that in tone? It's really pretty, isn't it? It's almost got that aventurine colouring to it. You've got 240 carats worth of this beautiful strand, and they are your faceted 10 mil rounds. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, even slightly, pearls. Wow. Genuine pearls. Boy, oh boy, these are beautiful, aren't they? Potato pearls. Only 1 mil off a round though. 7 by 8 mils these are. Imagine, again, with that shell pearl we had earlier on, pairing these up with that first bundle I brought to you. Wouldn't that be really, really beautiful? It's kind of got a bit of a vintage feel to it, hasn't it? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Oh! These pearls are statements, but they've got that classical element to them as well. I know I keep saying to you about pearls and how the coloured pearls this year have just skyrocketed into popularity. They truly, truly have. The pearlescence you're getting with this purple colour is quite unexpected, actually. You might be thinking, oh, they're purple, so, you know, I expect aubergine pearlescent tones. I expect pink. But you're also getting blues, aquamarines, as well as the pearlescent sheen off these. It's truly spectacular. So you've got your genuine pearls, 7 by 8 mil. You've also got your 1.25 mil wire. You've got the aventurine as well with the quartz. Now, can I just check with you? Yes, that's right, yes. So it is your 125, definitely. 10 metres worth of this antiques bronze. Now, price point should be £20.80, obviously. You've got genuine pearls in there, and you've got that aventurine cab, as well as a 1.25, so our second strongest of all the metals in our wire. It's a really, really great gauge to work with. So, of course, it's just over £20, but for you today, it's just £14.95 for all of these goodies. Genuine pearls. What are we looking at on this? Usually for a strand like this, we are marking it around the £10 mark, aren't we? Sometimes £10.95 for this type. But today, you're getting all of this for just £4 more. £14.95 for you. FYGC31. Lovely lady, what are your ideas?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's got to be a ring, hasn't there, really?
Yeah.
Thinking I might have to sneak a little bit of 0.4 wire in or something.
You're allowed to add. You're allowed to add little bits.
Yeah, so something, maybe I might do something woven with that cabochon. I've not decided. I don't know. I'm going to have a look now.
Too many ideas. Too many ideas. If you are staying with us this afternoon, do not forget it's our live workshop. It's your chance to get in touch with us today. We're going to be heading over to Spellbind in a wee while, but we want you to keep your messages coming in for any ideas, any demos you might want to see. Maybe you've bought a tool, you haven't got a clue how to use it. Let us know and we can show you. We'll try and get as many as we can in. If you want a really quick, fun, funky make, maybe your kids have just broken up. I know a lot of exams are finish and you're trying to keep them entertained for a little bit, you know, type in any questions and Laura will be able to help us out, and we'll have some demos in the live workshop as well today. All you have to do is text us. 60777 is your text number. Do get in touch with us today. Start your text with the word JM Studio. Alternatively, go on our Facebook page. It's Jewellery Maker, and you'll see there's a post on there and you'll be able to post underneath. £14.95 is your price for you today. Are we going to sell it here? Yep, so beautiful. I've got for you now. Do you need this? I've got one. You've got a version. Lovely, jubbly. So we're starting off with designer inspiration. For anyone who's joined us for the first time today, welcome. Designer inspiration is the part of the day we spend from 1 till 5, and we'll be heading over with our lovely guest designer, and it's their point to inspire us and tutor us in step-by-step techniques to show us a little bit of something special. And that's what we're going to do today. You've got a real lovely amount of treats in this kit for you today, and you've also got those wonderful shaped flowers that I gave you a little bit of a nosy at before. Let's start off with all of your goodies, shall we? We've got 20 meters worth of your wire. No, we haven't. We've got 25 meters worth of your wire, 10 meters worth of the 0.8 and 15 meters worth of the 0.25. We've only been doing this quite recently, haven't we? Bringing you an extra 5 meters worth of the 0.25. I think that's a really, really useful thing though, because obviously it is a thinner gauge, so a lot of the time you will need to use quite a bit more of it. I think it's really handy. So 15 meters worth you've got on here. You're also going to be getting 4 strands. You're not going to believe the price of this, by the way. You're not. Well, you might, but you probably won't. You've got 4 strands in here, and they work so exceptionally together. This has got spellbinding stamped all over it. It truly, truly has. You've got 240 carats worth of your beautiful green quartz in the... No, you haven't. Can I have my information up on that screen, please? I was like that. No, you haven't. That's not true. You have got, by the looks of things, you've got this beautiful rectangular, puffy, square-like shapes of that clear quartz. Really, really high shine and really beautiful transparency to these. You're also going to be getting this really wonderful strand of your pre-night. Now, Spellbinding absolutely adores pre-night. One of the reasons I'm really interested in it is because of these all interesting internal inclusions. It's got like an amber feeling to it. You love pre-night, don't you? I haven't just made that up.
No, I do. I love pre-night. It's one of my favourites.
If pre-night was a singer, would it be Robbie Williams?
Oh, I don't know. I think he'd be part of Take That.
It'd be another member.
Yeah,
it would be another. Not interested in Mark.
No.
Howard.
Oh no.
Howard. Which one?
Howard.
Oh no. Howard.
Sorry. Yeah, no. I don't know. Maybe Jason. I would put that with, you know, a bit of lemon quartz. I think might be Robbie. That's one of my favourites.
Would it? Lemon quartz would be Robbie.
So, yeah.
Oh, we should do that one day, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Bands.
Oh, yeah. Make me a. Oh.
I've never seen her face light up so much at an idea.
That would be amazing.
That would be
Or
amazing.
speak to Pip.
All right, we'll work that out for you. We'll work it out for you. Take that, gemstone bundle. You've also got in here these beautiful drops of your moonstone. Now, this is your white moonstone. Can you see the quality on here? You see the blues and green sheen? You can't. That's a nightmare, isn't it? I'll tell you for why. Because it is a gorgeous, gorgeous quality. It truly, truly is. You see a tiny, tiny bit of shiller. The issue is the lights in here are a nightmare to show you off something like the sheen and shiller. It just dulls them out. They're essentially like sort of stage lights, basically, and they really do take away that effect. But you can trust me on this. Beautiful quality. You've got these really delicate blue shiller sheen running across. If you're unsure what shiller is, it's basically almost like a flash of light, a flash of colour that just works underneath the surface. It's not added, there's nothing added to it at all. It's purely just Mother Nature working her wonders. So you've got this beautiful strand, and look how well that goes as well with that clear quartz. I know the size is different, and of course they're different gemstones, but I just think they work really beautifully, quite bridal in a sense, aren't they? Really stunning. And then lastly, but by no means leastly, you have got the peridot. This is your really wonderful bicones, plain bicones. We haven't had peridot on in these plain bicones in quite some time. They're such a gorgeous, vibrant green, aren't they? Zesty. 3x2 to 4x3 mil we've got on this, 45 carats worth. So all of these working spectacularly together. I haven't even finished there. There's more coming. Stay where you are. There's more coming. There's more. Cab. Look at the quality. Ben, please do that face again for me. Please. I can't see you, Ben. You're going to have to come round to this one. Come round to one. Come round to camera one. This is the face when I just flash this. Why that face?
Because I don't see that very often.
Because he doesn't see that very often. What? The quality or?
Just how it all moves and stuff.
How it all moves and stuff. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about that beautiful shiller and that effect you can get. This chatoyancy running across the surface. This goes to prove the quality of the beautiful tiger's eye that you're going to be getting your hands on. This is such high quality, it really, really is. This is your drop cab and it's 25 by 18 mil and you've got 15 carats worth of this. Those honey tones, that high shine gold, isn't it, as well running across here. And then, I've still not finished. Hold your horses, still not finished. Honestly, I know people are rushing to the phones already, but I've not even stopped yet. I'm going to do it. You're going to be shocked at this price. Have a look at these. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Aren't they amazing? These are your Specinite Fancy Flowers. 50 carats worth you have here, 24 by 17 mil, all on the smallest ones, 2 of those, and 33 by 23 mil on the largest ones. You'll be getting 3 pieces. Do you want to have a nice close look at one? Go on. See, you've got the hole there in the centre. How beautiful. Pop a head pin through. Do a little bit of a cluster in the middle. Done. As a ring. Oh. Is that what you've done? I promise I haven't seen that.
No, I know
I
you
promise
haven't.
I haven't
No, I
just
know you
stolen that
haven't.
idea. Show what that is. Connection. That is connection.
Yeah. See,
isn't
I knew
it?
I was on with you. Rings.
See? Rings. Okay. That's why I love her so much. I have got 50 carats worth of those in total for you. Now I'm done. Get on the phone because I promise you the price is going to be under £30 today. Yep, I know, you can't believe it, but it's true. Your price should be £35.60. I promise. When I say under 30, I don't mean by 5p. There's nothing wrong with a 5p saving, that's fine. I don't mean that though. Get yourself on the phone right now if you are happy to pay £25.95 because guess what, you're not. It's yours today for a minuscule £21.95 today. This is amazing bundle for you. That's a huge saving for you today, isn't it? You're getting one of the highest qualities of your beautiful, really rich 15 carats tiger's eye I've ever seen in a cab. You're also going to be getting that beautiful pre-night, 300 carats worth of those, 40 carats worth of those plain drops, 40 carats worth. Over £13 you're saving off this day. Unlucky for some, not for us. You've also got 45 carats worth on that peridot strand with those plain bicones, and of the clear quartz in those beautiful sort of rectangular shapes that you've got there. My carat weight is 100 carats worth, 10 by 8 mil. You've got 25 metres worth of wire, don't forget, with your 0.8 and your 0.25. You've got the beautiful selection of your Specinite as well. How do you feel about this when you got all of this?
It's gorgeous, and again, it is my kind of colour combination.
Totally, isn't it?
So it was just really lovely to sit and sort of play about with some ideas, really. I didn't do very much because I wanted to try and keep it quite interactive, but you know what I did do, I'm definitely going to be making a bracelet for myself when I get home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I like that.
I like that. I think you've made a beautiful collection today. Oh, you were wearing this morning?
Yeah.
With your Robbie band.
I was testing it to make sure it was durable.
Good. Work hard on it as you
work
were.
hard on
Of
it,
course.
you know, made sure that it didn't fall off.
Ever
and
the
it didn't.
professional. You've made a beautiful collection with this. I genuinely think this is one of the best value for money kits we've had on in quite some time. 4 strands, 3 cabs, and 25 metres worth of wire. All of those goodies that you've got there of that sort of happy looking octopus picture. Look at his crazy eyes.
does.
He looks so chuffed. Oh,
Cute, you should have, yeah, aw.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
But speaking of nice, I like what you've done.
Oh, I'm glad.
Gorgeous. I think those earrings are phenomenal.
Oh, they're just so easy to make, and I just think that, you know, they're simple and easy, and I've made all of that. I still got all of this left because my mistake, I actually put the moonstone in with the other bundle by mistake when I was splitting my bags up, so I completely forgot to even incorporate it. So I've still got a whole uncut strand of that.
Wow.
I've got that much left of the pre-night.
Huge amount. Do you want me to show you under camera 5?
Yeah,
Look at all of that.
just all of that.
Look at all of that left. Everything there.
Barely touched
and
it,
wire.
basically, yeah.
Still.
And still some wire. And I've done a woven bracelet using that.
Because that looks like you will have used a heck of a lot of wire, but you've
Yeah.
still got left over.
So when you do use a 0.25 to weave, obviously you do have to use a lot more because of the fact that it's finer, so it takes longer to build up.
Ryan's just said to me, "Oh, that looks like a pair of lips." When do your lips go green? Really, Ryan? After one too many apple sours. I love it. I adore it. I love this cuff as well.
Yeah, again, it's just because we were doing this interactive, I did go on my Facebook page, on my guest designer page, and I had quite a few responses to what people wanted to see. You know, they wanted to see rings, they wanted to see cuffs, they wanted to see bangles, they wanted to see finishing off, some weaving. So I tried just to do a couple of little things that incorporated all of those requests, really.
And you've managed to do that. Do keep your requests coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Anything you want to see, any ideas you need. If there's a question that you think, you know, for example, I don't know how to do a wrapped loop, and this is really stupid because everyone should know how to do it. Do not worry. Get it in. We can show you. There's no stupid questions here at all. Do text us in. 60777 JM Studio is the text number. And we are keeping an eye on Facebook too, so keep them coming in on there. Where are we starting, love?
Okay, so what I wanted to do was just, because I was sort of aiming this, last time we did this, we did it quite basic, didn't we? So I wanted to sort of take it up a tiny level.
Yeah.
I am going to demo, but I just wanted to try and talk quickly about the kind of wires that we use and why I use them.
Great.
Obviously in this bundle we've got the 0.8 and the 0.25. That's because the 0.25 gives a more flush finish. So you can see, although that little bracelet there has got that weave, it's not really chunky, it's not really obvious. It's something that you could have to look a little bit closer to see. So it's, for me, I think that's quite nice. And again, because you're using the 0.8 wire as a base wire, you need to go a lower gauge of wire. If you would use a 0.4, it would start to pull the 0.8 and it would make it really, and
Yeah,
it's
it
about
does.
making it as easy for yourself as you can. It makes it a lot more difficult if you're using the wrong gauges of wire, the combinations are wrong.
Yeah.
So again, you know, if you're using 1 mil, then use 0.25 or 0.4, but if you're using 0.8,
Always at 0.25.
tend to stick to the 0.25. You can use 0.4, but you have got to be quite resilient to it because it can try and pull it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I wanted to do was just touch on some of the weaves because that was one of the questions that was asked, and again it was the weaving and the tension on how do you keep the weaves if you're doing like an open weave. Again, that is a lot covered in with the types of wires that you're using. If you're using the right gauges of wire, it will make it a lot easier for you.
Brilliant, because that is something, isn't it? Especially with the open weaves, you know, if you want to create a specific shape and you just pull it ever so slightly wrong, it will be uneven.
It will collapse
It
down.
will collapse, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a good points to go over.
Yeah, and sometimes it affects the look of the piece that you're trying to achieve as well. If you're using a sort of more delicate, smaller stone,
Yeah.
it's nicer to use those more delicate wires because it won't overpower the stone.
Definitely agree with
So
that.
it's just about looking and trial and error. And I will say, if you're new to weaving specifically, always start off practicing with 0.25 because it is just like using a thread.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a lot easier on your hands, and it's a lot easier on your design, and once you've got it confidently in your head that you're doing it right, then you can start trying the different gauges as well.
Brilliant, good tip.
Okay, so a little piece. Whenever I do weaving, I always tend to keep it on the reel. This is just a piece that I cut off earlier by mistake, so I wrapped it back on. Okay, especially if you are using a 0.25, because you can see straight, we probably can't see very clearly with this, but it's quite springy.
Springy.
What I am actually
What
going
we
to
mean
do.
by springy is like it's got a bit of a life of its own.
Yeah,
You
it's
know
just
what I mean?
boingy, and it's, you know, it's fine, but if you keep it on the reel, you can control that.
You've got the tension there.
Another trick is just to lean against it.
A good trick.
So if you're sat down, or even if you stood like this, lean against it, and I've got more control on that wire.
That's good.
Rather than it sort of springing
Springing
everywhere.
about.
So that you can try and see it a bit easier, I'm going to use gold.
Okay, so purely so you can see
Just
it
so
better.
you can see it better, because I don't want to, it's going to be tricky for you to see it, because I am using a
Bronze on bronze.
Yeah, and also because I am using a fine wire.
Yeah.
Why did I cut that off?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know.
You're still thinking about Robbie? What's your favourite Robbie
Don't
song?
talk to me about it, because it's just like, it was so excited.
Look how happy you are!
I am. It's like I felt, yeah, anyway.
You were just about to say I fell in love then.
No, I've got my crush all over again.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, I'm sad.
She's going to come into work tomorrow with I Heart Robbie on her hand. I love that.
Yeah. But it was, no, he sang Angels.
Did he?
And every time we've seen him before, he's never sang it. He sings it, but he lets the audience sing it. He never actually sings it himself. He sings like the first line and the last line. He actually sang it all.
Did he?
Yes.
Was he amazing?
He was awesome.
How many times have you seen him?
That would be my fourth.
Quite a big fan then, aren't you, really? Yeah. So you're cutting off a couple of lengths of the 0.8 now.
Yeah, I'm actually going to cut off 4. So I'm going to just talk through the idea of the bracelet. I won't do the whole bracelet, obviously, but I'm just going to talk through the theory behind it. So if you start off with 4 wires, what you can do then is split. You can do the weave on all 4 wires, and then we'll be able to split them into 2s to be able to create that centerpiece, and then to bring them back together to create the 4 again. So it keeps the whole piece continuous.
Right, yeah.
Okay, and it enables you just to play about with some different weaves.
That's good.
Okay, so whenever I do weaving, take your wires, and what I'll do is I'll start by building it up. So I'll take the first wire and start my weave, and then pick each wire up to build that weave up. Okay, and I always work from the end so that I've got all this space open. So if I was to start weaving here, I'm going to start getting tangled up with this, and also what will happen is this wire will start to wrap itself around, and it'll wrap in, especially when you start adding the wires, it will get all woven in between it, and it gets fiddly.
Fiddly, okay.
The whole point of this is to make it as easy for you as possible, because if it's easy, then you don't get scared of it. It's when it starts fighting you that you become frustrated with it, that you don't want to do it. So it's just to show that actually, as long as you're doing it all in the correct way, it's actually a lot easier.
Fine.
So I've got my wire on the reel, and you can see that it's nice and it's controlled. I'm just going to join the wire on. So whenever you add wire, always leave a little tail. Can you see that? Yeah. And just use your thumb and just wrap about 3 times, unless you're doing a weave where you've got 5 wraps along the wire. If you're doing something what we often call a 5 and 3, so you'll do 5 along this wire, add a second wire, wrap around both 3 times, then around the bottom wire 5 times, both 3 times, bottom wire 5. It's quite a common weave. It's very, very easy for styling, looks very effective.
Okay.
In that situation, I would start off with my 5 wraps.
Okay.
So I've got my wire here. I'm going to take my second one, place it. Now I want them to sit. See how they're sat quite on top of each other? They need to be really close as well. This is quite important when you're doing your weaving. If you work towards it and it starts to open up, your weave will start to open up and you'll lose the effect.
Yeah.
Again, keep hold of that little tail just to keep everything where it's meant to be. Straighten the wires. And what I'm doing is just kicking that one out.
Okay.
So that lets me know that that's the bottom wire.
Right.
And it's going to make my wires easier to go through.
Okay.
Then we're going to take my wire and just wrap around. And you can do this however many times you do it. I'm going to do it in 3s.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. And the wire will be facing away from you. If you're looking at the wire, your work, the wire will be away from you. Take your third piece of wire. And now, because they're all going to start bending over, you need to be able to see what you're doing. So I tend to just bend over these two, because these are going to be going in that direction, and then bend that one out that way. And then when I add the fourth one, that one will go up that way.
That one goes up too.
Just helps you a little bit.
Yeah.
So then what I'm going to do now is bring the wire between, if I call these 1, 2 and 3, so I'm going to bring the wire between 1 and 2, and then wrap it around 2 and 3 times. Okay, and again, so that wire is facing away from me, and I'll just turn it around for you to see. What you'll see is 3 wraps. Hopefully you see, sorry about my awful fingers, but
No, you can
just
see.
about see that there's 3 wraps. Okay, so I'm going to turn it back around. I'm going to add my final wire, because this wire's it's quite a strong wire, this 0.8. So you just have to sort of straighten it a little bit. Don't worry if it's a bit wobbly, just straighten it. Okay, and again, you can see I can see each one properly. So I've got 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Okay.
I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to bring it in between, 2 and 3. And then I'm going to wrap 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to bring the wire between 3 and 4 towards me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to wrap 3 and 2.
3 and 2.
2.
And you wrap that 3 times again.
Every every set of wraps you're doing will be in 3s. 3. You can do this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter.
Whatever, but the same.
The routine of going up and down will be the same.
Brilliant.
Okay. So then again, I've got my wire facing the way. I'm going to bring that wire between 2 and 3 towards me again, and wrap 1, 2, 3 times around the bottom 2 wires, 1 and 2.
Got you.
Then I'm going to bring the wire back in between 1 and 2, and then wrap around 2 and 3. Hopefully this will make sense.
Yeah, we can see it building up.
And then again, I'm bringing the wire between 2 and 3 to wrap around 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
2, 3, and then we'll repeat the pattern so it's back between 3 and 4, and then wrapping around 2 and 3.
2 and 3, and wrapping around that 3 times
3
again.
times, and then back through 2 and 3, and then down to the middle. So I'll just turn this around for you to see exactly what I've done. It looks really good with the
That does look
contrast
good.
in wires as well.
I really like that.
Yeah.
See how quickly that builds up though?
So you can see it will build up really quickly, and you know the good thing about this is you've got markers, so you can count 1, 2. So when you count, I had 15 on one side. You're so innocent with it. I had 15 on one side, so when I found a natural sort of centre part, I knew I could count them, and then I was able to count.
Top bits.
Yeah, and then I was able to make sure that the other side was equal.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you do is obviously you're going to measure it to make sure that it's about right. I tend to go by eye, but you can measure it out. When you're ready to sort of, you can move these wires through. So your tension's quite important, but what you'll find is it will all move. So because you're using that finer wire, it's not quite so
It's tough.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you would move that down towards what will be the end of your wires, your bracelet.
Yeah.
And just bring it along. Can't work out which one that one is. There we go. And then when you're ready to split the wires, you just take them, split them into 2 like this, let them sort of get their own natural shape. Okay, and then you just start doing a simple sort of over and under weave. So you go around once, and then twice,
3 times.
twice. Now you can do this as many times as you want. So you can do, if you just go around each wire twice, you'll go 1, 2, and you go 1, 2, and then you go over to the other side once, twice. The wire's in the middle, so you're just going to bring it over to the other side. And this builds up really, really quickly as well. Okay. Now, if you're going to add stones, what you can do, you've got a choice. You can either thread all of the stones on before you start your weaving in general, which is probably the best idea.
Because that way you can stay on
That
the
way
reel.
you can stay on the reel. Or if you realise, like I did, actually I should have just, why didn't I do that? Just cut what you think is going to be a nice length of wire off, cut it, thread some, add the stones as you go along. And all you would do, so I'll just do a very quick sample one.
Notice you use your flush cutters then, Laura.
I always use my flush cutters whenever I'm using.
Might have those later. Might not. Wouldn't like to say.
So you can change this. If you go 3 times on each side. Then that just gives more of your lines going across come sort of more apparent.
I see.
2, 3, or you can even go 5 times. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I wanted to add a stone on, so would you be able to get me a little Faraday, please? You have to
Absolutely.
undo my...
Unknot you.
Unknot me, please. Or do you want to just cut it?
No, it's all right.
You were mean to me earlier.
When was I mean to you? I haven't called you a lobster today.
Today, yeah.
You've got a lovely bronze colour now, though, haven't you?
It's still
that red's gone brown.
It's not brown. Look, it's red.
Sort of salmony brown.
It's red. It's fine. I know I go red.
Oh, I love it. It's nice.
So then you just add that stone and then continue your weave. So you just continue 1, 2, 3, or however many you're doing.
And actually, the bicones in this kit are perfect for it,
Yeah.
because with some shapes you have to kind of fight behind it, don't
Yeah.
you?
No, these are lovely.
But these
They
just
sit
slot in, they sit beautifully.
And they really pop. I think in that bracelet, they really do sparkle. They actually look like real sparkly gems, you know?
You're right, you're absolutely right. You can still get your hand on this kit because it's absolutely astonishing the amount you get at that tiny, tiny price point. 25 metres worth of wire. You've got 10 of the 0.8 and 15 of the 0.25, which we're working here. Those beautiful 4 strands, and you've got that amazing quality, jaw-dropping in Ben's case, tiger's eye cab, as well as those, I've not seen those before at all, but those gorgeous flowers too. It's a ridiculously low price for all of that. £21.95, and you're getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 components at that price. Astonishing. £21.95. Check out your baskets for me.
So you can, you can see I've barely touched
Yeah.
my stuff,
But
and
you've
I've made 4
some.
pieces already.
Yeah.
So you would just continue like this, and if you open these wires up as you're going along, then you can add a couple of stones. And what you do is when you've woven on that side and you're happy with what you've got, then, or you run out of wire, whichever comes first, then you can just stop. Then you take your new piece of wire, and then you just start the weave on the other side.
On the other side here.
And then you just, you just make it up as you go along. For me, I was seeing it kind of, you can plan it in your head, so you can start to pull the wires, and you can see, I sort of had it, if I just show you.
I got you.
So it was coming across like this, and this was woven. And what I did was I started weaving. I started weaving this section, and then I was placing it over and thinking, right, how do I want this to sit? And then you can shape it as you're going along. So when you're happy with that and you've done that on both bits, and you've now got your weaving wire on this part, all you do is just to bring it back into itself, it's just sort of bend those wires together. And it doesn't matter if they're not in the same
place
order that they were on this part, as long as they're sat close next to each other again.
That's fab, isn't it?
And then you pick your weave back up, and then just to finish it, I just go super quick, but you just, because a lot of people said about finishing bracelets, you just want them to
all lie flat.
Yeah, they'll have all been woven so they'd lie flat.
Yeah.
So take one of your outer wires, and just wrap it quite neatly around to bind it off.
Got you.
Okay, so just a couple of times. Okay, and then just trim that at the back.
Okay.
With your flush cutters,
which you can get your hands on later.
And then bend back the 2 next to, so you're leaving just that middle wire. Okay, and you want it to go just slightly past your wraps. So just slightly past.
Snip, snip.
Snip. And then just sort of almost just tuck that end in like that. So I'll just show you with the second one. So you just see, just taking your pliers and just fold it down.
Okay.
Like that. A little bit neat, take your time. And then that will take away the sharp edges.
I see.
Make it nice and smooth. And then you just make your hook out of this piece here. So you would just, or your loop or whatever, and you would just form your loop,
Wrap
and then
it
wrap
round
it
again.
back around.
And then snip it.
And
Where
then
are we
snip
snipping this?
along the back again.
So
you would just...
snipping it on. There we go, see, and
then-
look at that. Now, you've used your flush cutters a few times now.
Yep, that's all I ever use.
Discuss.
Well, for me, they're amazing because they cut through all the gauges of wire, like butter. And the thing about these is they're really good when you're doing things like rings.
Yeah.
If you're using thicker wires and you need to just cut your wire to the back, but then obviously you're still going to be wearing it. If you cut the wire and you cut it at
An angle.
like this, I don't know if you'll be able to get that, but it's at
See
a
if you can
nice...
pick it up. Your price on these today is a stunner. It's a gorgeous $29.95 for you
So
today.
you can see it's at an angle. Now, if that was put against, if you've wrapped that around, so if you were wrapping something like this, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
and I cut this wire here at an angle, and then just give it a squidge, that end is just disappeared.
Look at that.
And there is no sharp edges.
There
and
is
it
nothing.
blends
Can
in.
I? Nothing at all.
No, show your finger that's bleeding. no,
Nothing
there's
at
no
all.
sharp edges at all. And that was done really
Smooth.
quick. And again, when you're making a ring, you cut it right across the edge and then just rock it. I mean, we often do this when I'm doing an intermediate wire workshop, and they cut it with the flush cutters and then with the ordinary, and the difference.
tell.
Before you've even smoothed the edge down, you can tell.
Yeah. And that, especially for things like earring findings as
Yep.
well,
Yep.
because you don't want... Obviously, you're putting it through your ear,
Yeah.
but it gets stabby.
Yeah, you don't want it to be stabby.
You don't want it
so
to be
it's good
stabby.
for a finish, and also because it's very, because of the fine point of them, you can get in nice and close. Even if you're not a wire worker,
Yeah.
but you like to make wrapped head pins, or anything like you make a pair of earrings and you've done a wrapped loop, or you like to do your rosary links. For that, you just snip it, and then it's just a quick sort of squidge with your pliers, and all of it will be nice and smooth. And that's a lot of it.
It's amazing that they even go through the 1.5, don't they?
They do.
Easily, easy peasy. So I've had mine cutters for quite a while now, and they just standard ones. And the 1.5, you can do it, but you kind of have to be quite firm. With those though, you don't.
No, you don't. And the other good thing about these is that they last. I originally had a pair of these before you got yours in, because I kept on at Hannah to get this pair in.
Yeah.
And I had mine for 5 years.
Wow.
And I put them through some abuse for JM and cutting thick wires and everything else. And I could still use them now.
That's amazing. 5 years of use, and they're still going strong.
Still going strong.
That is so wonderful. £29.95 is your price on the flush cutters. MKBN69 at the base of your screen. They're absolutely stunning, beautiful wire wonder designer inspirations. 4 strands, a beautiful cab. I don't know how to describe these. Do you?
No, they're just, I don't know, they're just cute. You could have it as a button. You could sew that on. Imagine that if you had a little cardigan, you just,
What would you
sew
say
it
they
on.
are? Yeah, flat flowers, but they're not a cab. They're not all a bead either, though, are they? They're not
kind
a
of-
specific
No, see, they're flat backed, which
Yeah.
is a classic kind
classic
of
cab. Yeah,
But
they've still got a drill hole.
they have got a drill hole, but it's quite a restricting drill
Yeah.
hole as well, if you see what I mean.
Interesting, isn't
So
it?
you could kind of put a little seed bead in there and
Yeah.
then just treat it like a cab.
Like a cab. I love the idea of that. You're getting 3 of those and 25 metres worth of wire. It is an astonishing deal for you. £21.95. Keep checking out your baskets on the flush cutters and on your kit for me too. Do you want to do this, did you say, Helena? I'm just going to squeeze in some wire before we move on,
Go
if that's
for it.
all right.
That's fine.
You have got 100 metres worth of your 0.4 here. Now this is really, really bright, fun and funky in the turquoise. You've then got purple wire, 1 mil of the purple. How complimentary are they? And then lastly, but no ways leastly, your pink in the 0.6. So 1 mil, 0.6, 0.4. Beautiful range here, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got your really, really structural wire in the purple, which you could then, because it's 1 mil, you could weave the turquoise 0.4,
Yeah.
couldn't you?
Yeah.
And then your 0.6 is a great one for your findings, and you can weave with it as well, actually, can't you? If you use like 1.5 with it.
No.
Because you're not.
You can, but it's really, really hard
Tough.
work. It's hard work on your hands and it's not very forgiving. So if you miss or you do a
Kink.
slight kink, it
Yeah.
shows. But it's perfect for Viking knit.
Yes.
And again, you use the 1 mil. Imagine a Viking knit bracelet. You can make a really feminine bracelet
Bracelet.
with the purple as the end caps and the clasp, and maybe a centerpiece.
And then the pink.
Yeah, and also for gizmoing, 0.6 is perfect for gizmoing.
Perfect.
Anything like that. So it's just a really cute little bundle.
It is really gorgeous selection of colours. You have got 120 metres with your price. Should be £23.85. Of course, because you've got beautiful bright colours. You've got 3 ridiculously usable gauges. You've got 120 metres worth. But today, your price. Patience is a virtue because the price is so good. It's yours today for just £14.95, 120 metres worth. That's the price of just 100 metres of the 0.4. Wowzers! You buy this one, you get these 2 for free. What do you think of that?
I think that's a really good deal. I mean, I love that turquoise as well, and that again would go beautifully with that copper. Not copper, antique bronze.
Yeah,
Goes
you're
with
right.
Copper as well.
I've got this turquoise colour, and I didn't tell you this. I did a Tree of Life pendant,
Oh,
and I used turquoise
yeah.
as the tree, but
the
used
tree.
silver as the outside.
Oh,
I need to
good
show you.
you.
I've taken a picture.
Yeah.
Ooh, indeed.
I know.
It is a beautiful colour, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is, and it's a lovely combination. And again, if we've had a lot of turquoise gemstones in lately, so you could add a little bit of the turquoise to complement that, and like you say, the silver. I think it's one of those that people go, oh, it's quite bright, but when you look at what you can team it with,
Yeah.
It's one of those little staples for me. I love it.
Exactly. It is a staple. It truly is. It's your coloured wire. It's 100 metres with 20 metres for free. Nothing you will pay for these 2. Now, £0. £0, 0 pennies.
Nothing.
Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. £14.95. Minor queue on the phone. Do not worry. Well worth the wait. Buy 1, get 2 free. You never hear that, do you?
No.
Even on that windows and doors advert. It's only buy 1, get 1 free, isn't it?
Yes, not buy get 2.
No. It is today, though. On Jewellery Maker, Designer Inspiration, your price is £14.95 for your wonderful 100 metres of 0.4. You've got your 1 mil in the purple, and you've got your 0.6 in the pink. HXGC56 is your code. So, what are we looking at next?
What do you want to look at?
Well, would you like to get into some questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then. Today is our live workshop if you've just tuned in. So get any questions, any demos, anything you want to see, any ideas you want, get those in. Maybe you want, to create, say, some nice hair bubbles or some headpieces that are really wearable. You can do that. Maybe you need a bit of inspiration. You sell your jewellery, but you're trying to branch out into a different market or different trends. Get in touch with us and we'll be able to help you out as much as we possibly can today. So let's get one of those questions in, shall we? This one is from Tony in lovely Cumbria. Hello, Tony. Hi, brilliant show. Oh, Tony, you sweet talker. I have recently got a gizmo and was just wondering if you could use 0.4 wire on it. Also, can you use twisted wire? Thank you. From T. Thank you, Tony. Good questions.
Yeah, you could. The 0.4...
To both?
Yeah, to both. Really, obviously the 0.4 when you gizmo it is going to spring a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because it is a finer wire, but you can still use it. I would tend to use it with the smaller rod, because then otherwise you'll have a really...
The smallest mandrel.
Yeah, the smallest lateral mandrel, because then that gives a nice little coil, and it looks really good if you're making a necklace and you've got beading thread and you can just pop a coil either side, and then you might have a couple of beads here and then have a coiled section here, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And yeah, again with the twisted wire, just bearing in mind that the twisted wire, I probably wouldn't go higher than a 0.6.
Okay, yeah.
Just because it's going to be super hard.
Because you're doubled up.
Because you're doubled up,
Yeah.
and it's 2 pieces of 0.6. So if you go higher than that, it's going to be a really solid piece. So I would, but definitely you can.
You can do that with both. I hope that helped you. Now my graphics have gone. We're having a little bit of problem with the graphics. But someone's on a mission. they have to go to a box and press a big button and it sorts it out. So it's absolutely fine. We've got a few more questions on Facebook which we'll answer now. Go ahead. We can't get them up for you, sorry, but... So who's this from? Who's this from, Sweet Pea? From Pauline. Hello, Pauline. How are you, my love? She's got in touch with us on Facebook today. What's she saying? Pauline would like some ideas for cabs. She's lost her mojo. It's gone.
Oh dear.
She's looked down the sofa. She's looked under the fridge. It's gone.
Oh dear.
Cab help.
With cabs, I think they can be quite scary when you first think about cabs. We've covered quite a lot of cab projects actually lately. But you know, I think even if you just get some 1mm wire and do something simple like we did on Friday, Thursday show,
yeah.
You know, make a little flower and then just fold it up, you know, bind it together and then just fold it and it will hold the cabochon. Or you can do that with 0.8 and just wrap it around. In fact, if
We've got ages. We've got a good 16 minutes.
wow,
Yeah.
spoiled.
Spoil you. Yeah, all right, I controlled time for you today. Oh, Pete, what are you dropping off? Are you trying to skip away, Pete? Pete, you're in a really happy mood today. How was your weekend,
Super
love?
happy.
It was alright.
It was all right. Come on in. Come on in. This is Pete, my floor manager, Pete. Pete,
Hello.
important question. Have you had a buffet this weekend? No.
No, but I wanted one.
Okay, well, you wanted one. What did you do this weekend, Pete?
Not much really.
Not much?
Just you know, dreaming about buffets and you know, thinking about how I'm not having one.
Oh, it was a hard weekend all round for you
dear,
then, Pete. That's
not
why you're so
good.
happy today. You're planning a buffet this afternoon, aren't you? Lovely. So we'll have a little quick look now, shall we?
I'll have a little play. So I don't actually know what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to make something up. So I've got, I will say, if you've got cabochons and you are experimenting, go for a larger stone to experiment with, because obviously, again, it goes back to making it as easy for yourself as possible.
Yeah.
And if you like how that worked and you know what you did confidently, then you can think, right, and now, you know, or even get a practice cab and then save the cab that you actually want to do something nice with when you've got your design sorted in your head.
Got you.
The key to securing the cabs are you have to make sure that it can't escape. So you have to make sure that obviously if I was to wrap it and just wrap it like this and wrap it like this, it's going to escape because it's not securely held in. It needs to, even if I just did that and thought, right, that's being held, which technically it is.
Yeah.
Okay, the problem is it's not that secure and it could still
spring out. Yeah, okay.
So you have to take that into account when you're doing anything like this.
Right.
And again, it's the gauges of wire that you can use. It's a bit of a tricky one because the 0.8 is easier to use, but it's not as strong as say a 0.1. So you have to make sure that you catch it nice and securely. Again, we touched on that on Thursday's show, where we held it in, where I'd used the 0.8 and then the 1mm. If I'd have just kept it at the 0.8, it would have just popped out. So again, that would have been a time to try it out. Right, I'm going to go up a gauge, just recognising why it's not working.
Okay, I see.
So what I'm going to do...
Are you going to work with your 0.8 now?
I'm working with 0.8. So I've probably got about 1/2 metre or so. So I'm going to leave a section of wire above the top of it because I'm going to want that for my bail. Okay, so I've got the wire going straight down the back of this. Just straight down. And so I need to just capture this.
Now starting off with a cab can be actually the trickiest bit, can't it?
Yeah, it is.
So just take your time.
Take your time, and obviously bear in mind that I'm just winging this. I've no idea what I'm doing.
We love that. Put you
Just
on the
making
spot.
it up, so.
A live workshop, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
Love that.
So I've just done like a little loop, and that's almost like a little basket. And the other thing with working with a cab is don't be worried about taking it away. As long as you can pop it back in and work with the design as you go. So I'll move my hand now.
Yeah.
There you go. So I can see. I know that that's not stable, obviously,
of course,
but I know that that sits in there nicely.
It's like a little cushion.
Yeah. So all I've done there is just bent the wire and then brought it back along the back. Okay. So now I've got one part of it held. I know that that can't escape from the base. From the base of it. So now I'm thinking, well, I might just go along the top. Now these stones are beautiful and they've got lovely markings, so it's nice sometimes to mimic those markings or to, you know, go along with it and follow those markings. Yeah. So again, holding it nice and straight, just bringing that wire straight across. So I'll just turn it around for you to see. You can see that?
Yeah.
And you can see the markings, what I was saying about the markings. So I'm going to get that to go in the same direction
so
as
that
the
you're
marking.
almost enhancing those, almost framing
almost
them,
framing
actually.
it, yeah.
Almost framing them. Because with the kit that we have got this beautiful tiger's eye from, the first kit, the designer inspiration kit I bought you, the chatoyancy is in these stripes, like you would expect from the tiger's eye itself. So you're just framing those, aren't you, with the wire?
So I'm just framing it with the wire, so you can see. So I brought that wire along, and then I've just wrapped it back along the back.
Okay.
So I'll turn it around for you to see.
So that's the back.
So that's the back. So the back is supported, which is really important. Okay. And so now my wires are here, and the stone actually is pretty held in securely.
Is actually, yeah.
And that's just a couple of wraps. So I've now got to think, if I'm going to make a bail, that bail needs to be secure.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring the wire again along the top into that sort of going along the mark lines.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. And now what I'm going to do, sorry, I can't show this very well because it is a small stone. This is what I was saying about it being a small stone. It's just for me to show you. And then I'm just going to bring that back up now, so that's going to meet this top wire here.
Top wire, I see.
So what I could do now, if I had a finer wire and I wanted to, I could make a woven bail.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to.
No, it's
But
not
I could if I wanted to. What we're going to do, again, it's just making sure it's secure. So at the moment, that is actually pretty secure. Okay. So I'm going to just wrap it around.
So you're keeping the shortest wire just straight up at the top?
Because I've got more wire to work with the longer wire.
The longer wire, yeah.
And then I've just done one wrap.
One wrap around.
Wrap around. It's not, bear in mind I'm doing this quite quickly. And then I'm just going to, I've got one of the little orange mandrels just to show you, and just taking any of these. I normally work with the second from the end. Fold it over, and then I'm just going to split my wires at the back.
Okay. Just to let you know on screen, the price of this kit that's on the screen at the moment, it's £14.95. There it is, brilliant. That's for you today.
Okay, so I've just split the wires up from the back.
Yeah.
And then I've just brought them to the front, so you can see them there. The shorter one, well, both of them I've just crossed over.
Okay.
So that's locked. And now, if I thought actually this is still a little bit, see, you can see what I mean about the stone's still got movement.
Yeah.
And I don't really want that. I want it to feel solid. So I might just bring the wire down.
Okay.
And then bring it back across. And then all the way back across the back. And then back around that bail. And that should really lock it in. Now I'm going to cut that wire at the back, again using my cutters, my flush cutters.
We have got a few of those flush cutters left, if you're quick.
Split these open a little bit, I quite like doing that. Okay, and then with this, just to secure it and give it a bit of a feature, I'm just going to do a quick spiral. To do that, I'm just going to take my pliers and just...
So that neatens up that edge, but it gives it a really nice feature as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it takes away, I mean, it's not that messy behind it, but you don't want to be able to see the mechanics.
No.
Okay, so if you look, you probably can't see it too clearly, but there's just like a little knot. And I don't really want that to be visible.
No.
So you can see just where I've been wrapping the wire around. So I'm just going to use this wire here and form that spiral, which I'll do super quick.
So you've just started the swirl off with your round nose, and now you're going in with your flat noses.
With my flat nose pliers.
To continue that swirl around.
And then, and then I just want that to just sit. And also what that's going to do is lock it. So have a little, this is about looking at it and thinking, right, okay, when I did that, it went to move. So I've just wrapped it back around
to give it more strength.
To give it more strength. So it's about having a look at it and thinking, right, why did that move? I'm just going to wrap it back around. Okay. Even though I started the spiral, it's fine. Pop that on there, and then just to lock all of that stone can't go anywhere. It's got a bit of movement though, so I need to just on the back. I'm just going to twist.
Yeah, twist it around
The wires and kick them in. just to there.
Got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know, you take your time, and then that will hold. I've done this really rubbishly, but it's just an idea.
You haven't though. I think that's really, really beautiful. And when you look at it, it's lovely, isn't it? That is totally impromptu. It's really, really quick. And actually, Pauline, I hope that helped you, because that sometimes might be what you need to do.
Yeah.
You might just need to go, right, I'm sitting with this cab and I'm just going to wrap around it until I've got something, and that might spark.
Yeah. You could even do that with 0.6. In fact, you might find 0.6 a bit easier because it will wrap around the stone easier.
Okay, yeah.
But again, it's just about making sure that it's nice and secure.
It's stunning, isn't it? Thank you for showing us that, Laura. Now, we did see Laura use the mandrel, and I've got it here for you with some extra goodies. Talk to us about this mandrel. It's fab with the different shapes, isn't it?
It is. It enables you to do a lot with your work. Again, just for making bails, you could use either of the round ones. But for me, I tend to always go to the second one here.
Yeah.
It makes perfect earring findings. If I just show you.
Yeah, go on.
You just make a little tiny loop. I do a little tiny loop like that, and then I do another little one like that. Don't ask me why. I think it looks cute.
Yeah, but why?
Because I think it looks cute.
Oh, right, cool.
So you just hold that and then just wrap it
Around that second one?
around that second one.
Yeah.
And then you get a nice shepherd hook.
How cool's that? Done.
And then lightly hammer that, and it's done. Just pop your pliers in.
And that
just,
second one is the perfect size for looping through the ear, isn't it?
Yep. And so you've got that, and you can make matching pairs because you've got that same size. And clasps, I use it for clasps as well.
I think it's quite handy too, you're saying symmetry, because sometimes on the metal mandrel you can just slide it accidentally, can't you?
Yeah, you do.
But those have got the little nooks, so you can't. That's not a possibility. No. You've got the oval shape as well on here. You've got the square and the triangle as well, and that means that you are able to create links. You're able to create, different chain looks and different chain effects with this. But you've got the symmetry each time.
Yeah.
You've also got your hammer and your steel block too. So the steel block is imperative if you're going to be hammering. Talk to us more about the hammering and what effect we're getting.
Again, it's one of those that you can use it in several ways. You can just work harden. So I had...
Yes, go on, let's have a look.
I got all of this out just in case.
You're so handy to have around. Do you know that?
I am sometimes. And this is quite a good example really, because this is a small item. So if you want to hammer something that's smaller, this is only an earring hook, so you wouldn't hammer this to flatten this as such.
No.
But what you would do is just, again, I know this sounds really silly, but watch your fingers, because trust me, it hurts if you hit it by mistake. I've ended up with a blue fingernail where I've hit it by mistake.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, it hurts. So just very lightly hitting that, and that's just going to make it a little bit harder. Now this is a 0.8, so I wouldn't hammer really lower than 0.8 wire, because for the reason that it can snap.
Yeah.
Because if you hammer it to flatten it, what happens? You make it so thin, it just snaps.
It's just too weak. Yeah.
Okay. But the nice thing you can do is concentrate on, when you have by earring findings, you get that little flat section, don't you?
Yeah, at the top of the loop.
Yeah. So you can just get that.
I see.
And then you've got that little flat section there.
And that makes them really, really soft, really, really comfortable to wear in the ear.
You really can't really, you
It's
can
hard
just about
to see it, but you can see it to the eye.
Yeah.
It's just the lights in here make it a bit tricky.
But you can see now how solid that is, and that's 0.8 wire. And if you've got a thicker wire, again, if you've got a 0.1, 1.25, 1.5, then it's brilliant, because you can just really hammer it, texture it, everything.
Because the ball side as well is for the texturing too, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you've got this long handle which is wooden. I know it sounds like a small point to make, but it's really important, because when you're hammering onto the steel block, because it's wood, you don't get that reverberation running through you that can actually, be a bit off-putting or kind of throw you off a bit. You've got this long wooden handle, so there's no reverb going back through this once you've hit it. You've got the steel block, the multi-mandrel, and the chase hammer. Your price should be, but is not, £17.85. Today we're going to do a cracking little deal. Discounts all over the shop today. ILGC 57, your price isn't £17.85 today, it's just, you're not going to believe it. How do you feel about under £10 We're going to £9.95. Your price is £9.95 today on this. Oh, Ben just went. Oh, that is an exceptional little deal, because in a lot of places, to get even the professional jewellery making hammer, because don't forget, this isn't just a hammer. We haven't just, raided a tool cupboard for this, have we?
No.
This is a professional use, purely for jewellery making hammer. You can't just, go into your toolbox and get one out. It's not the same at all. You'll ruin so much stuff doing that. Professional tool. You would be lucky to get a professional jewellery making tool for that price anywhere else.
I won't say how much I paid for mine.
Oh, go on, please do.
Do you want me to?
Yeah.
Just for my hammer.
Your hammer.
A few years back, I paid $18.95 for it from the shop in Bristol.
Just for a hammer?
Just for the hammer. And then I think the steel block was over a tenner. And the beauty of this, I know I feel sick now when I think about it, but also when you've got your ring mandrels, so you've got your metal ring mandrel, so you can hammer directly onto your ring mandrel and then make the hammered rings with the thicker wire.
Yeah.
So for that, it is really a brilliant thing. I love my hammer. And again, using the thicker wire, if you've got like a piece of I just wanted to say about if you've got it a small piece that you can't hold. So if you've got a piece like this you can hold. If you've got a small piece like this, just hit it like that.
Yeah.
Don't have your fingers anywhere near it. Just literally hammer it
away. This is absolutely exceptional. Don't forget as well, I always say this, don't I? The steel block, Gemma Crow posted it. £6.50 to post this. Just this one thing. £2.95 for you. However much you get today on Post Your Packaging till midnight, you could just buy this. You could buy everything you see on today's show. It's still only £2.95. So give your postman a workout today. £9.95. That means you buy the steel block, you get the mandrel for £1, you get the hammer for £1. That's it. That's exceptional, isn't it? Steel block, multi-mandrel, and you're chasing a hammer as well today. ILGC 57, £9.95 today. What are we going to break? Did someone just say? Okie pokey. We're going to run to a very, very quick break. We're back with you later on.
Yay.
Keep getting your questions in. 60777. Start your text to the JM Studio. Pop on Facebook if you wish as well. Lovely Laura B. I'm back with you in a bit. Second designer inspiration-ish thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
Technical name. Give us what am I expecting?
Just a bit of twisted fun.
Enough said. A bit of twisted fun for you coming up after the break. Don't forget, I have got so many treats. I've got discount on sapphire still to come, as well as findings, pearls, opal, and so much more. Stay exactly where you are.
Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find.
Hi jewellery makers, if you're a Freeview viewer, you can now continue to watch the show live by switching over to channel 64. Our brand new 24-hour channel is available to the majority of homes in the UK, so grab your remote now to make sure you don't miss a thing.
Come and join guest designer Mark as he shares his passion for beautiful jewellery making with genuine gemstone chips and nuggets. You will learn various techniques including colour grading, how to triple plait, create stunning memory wire bracelets and earrings, as well as how to incorporate macrame into your designs. The full course includes a selection of gemstones, memory wire, threading materials and findings, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and gemstone museum, and a chance to visit our shop. And all for just $79.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back to Designer Inspiration and to our live workshop. Bonjour, hello, my name is Rebecca Redican and today I am joined by the spellbinding Laura Binding. She's just popped off. I think she's gone vending machines, get herself a brew. I don't know. She will be back though. I have got for you today loads and loads of goodies. Let's get started again, shall we? Where are we headed to? On this side, oh my goodness, these are so astonishing. Now, what do we always say to you when it comes to pearls about the size? Size matters, doesn't it? The bigger they are, the longer they've taken for Mother Nature to produce. So you've got the size on here, 13 by 10. Now that means every single one of these genuine pearls has taken Mother Nature around 12 years to create. Every single one. Ryan?
Hello.
What were you doing 12 years ago?
I was at high school.
You was at high school?
I was 14.
You were 14? Ryan, you look like you're about 32, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh yeah, I kind of do actually.
Cameraman Ryan, come back. Dion, what were you doing 12 years ago? You were at school as well? Producer Helen, you were at primary school? Oh, bless her. Oh, gosh. Ben, what were you doing?
Ben was a toddler.
You were 12. You were 12? So what were you doing then? Being mischievous? Listening to music, skateboarding around?
Trees.
Climbing trees, Ryan says. Climbing trees. When you think of it though, think about what you were doing sort of 12, 13 years ago, because at that time, each one of these was being created by Mother Nature. So we're talking about the size of these. Each layer has taken Mother Nature a year to create. And that means that because of the size, because of the amount of time these are taken to be made, the price we're expecting to be really up there, aren't we? I haven't seen a size like this on pearls in yonks. Yes, specific amount of time. Really long time on these. Because they take such a long time to produce, you've got to expect the price to be up there. When you buy pearls on the high street, even for little, say, 8mm pearls, you know, as a necklace, you're going to be looking at around triple figures, aren't you? Especially if it's with 925. But if you were even lucky enough, in fact, to get this size of pearls on the high street, you need to be doubling or tripling that price of the smaller 8mm, because you're doubling or tripling the size in some cases. White cultured pearls as well are some of the most popular, aren't they? You've got serious size on these, but do you know what? The price tag isn't that serious. What are you expecting? £40? Even £30? Not today. You're not going to believe this. This is a show-stopping price. Get yourself on the phone ASAP. £7.95. That is outrageous. That is unstoppable. I have got double buyers on this already. I have got so many people getting their hands on this. Think about that. It's taken Mother Nature up to 13 years to create every single one of these. That tiny mollusk with an irritant just creating necra upon necra upon necra. Time after time after time, years after years after years to create these. I've only got 42 left at this moment in time. That's going down fast. There is a queue on the phone. You're going to have to be checking out those baskets for me today. Every single time, tiny layer of that necra building these up. Mother Nature just working her hardest to create these for you. You're getting them 13 years in the making at £7.95 today. And it's white as well. It's the classic, it's the timeless, it's the ageless colour. It's kind of the go-to colour possibly when a lot of you think about pearls. It's the archetypal. They've gone. Oh, it's not catching up. Is it a goner? Is it a goner? It's a goner. Really? So sorry about that. Because there were so many people, I did say, you know, multi-buyers just went crazy then, I've got to say. In fact, the multi-buyers, that's why it took time to catch up then, because I know it said we had 15, but we got probably about 10 people multi-buying on those just within the space of seconds. So I'm sorry if you did miss out, but don't worry, because I've got another one of your favourites. Look at this. Oh, champagne, anyone? Champers, darling. Look at that. Ben, you've got about 6 bottles of champers at home. Real champers? Are you sure real? Is it champers? Is it champagne or is it like champagnino? Do you know what I mean? Is it one of those? This is your beautiful champagne druzy. Oh my goodness, I love it. Do you know what I love about this druzy? Well, everything. But let's go through my favourite features. 1, it's druzy. We hardly ever have it on. 2, it's a really workable size for you. It's 10 mil that you've got on these. You've also got the flat backs on them, which means really workable for you. Sometimes with the druzy we've had, don't get me wrong, I love them, but do you remember those strands we had at the back end of last year? Those, you got like 3 or 5 on a strand and they were huge, they were chunky, they were beautiful, but you could really only probably use 1, maybe 3 in a piece. With this you can pack on as many as you like, because they're a really workable, really usable size, aren't they? Another thing I adore about these is that colour. Sometimes with the druzy, you'll be expecting the bright purples, the bright blues, the really bright pinks, but with this is stupidly wearable, isn't it? Another thing that you're getting with this druzy is that stunning druzy effect. When we talk about druzy, if you're not sure what it means, let's have a little look. It's almost like this sugar. Can you see? Sparkling away, glittering away. Now the slide that you're seeing now is a really good representation of this. You can't see it actually that well in the light, but you can see it perfectly on that VT. Now the reason you get those little crystalline structures is essentially, it's very basically, you get your host rock, and if the host rock is porous, then liquid can get in there, which is essentially it's water, but it'll have sort of melted into it or dissolved into it, a silica-based substance. So what'll happen is that'll enter the porous rock from the outside, just with groundwater. So it'll enter the porous rock, but because inside the rock, it's obviously in the ground, it's enclosed host rock. It's so much colder inside that from the outside of the earth, you know, it's a certain temperature. It enters this porous host rock and it cools so quickly that the crystals don't have time to line up properly, which is why you get this beautiful external glitter-like effect of the druzy. 70 carats worth you have here, really workable, highly beautiful, stunning vintage colours with this. 10 mil on these. Your price today is just £14.95 for this entire strand. Spellbind, druzy, in 3 words.
Lush, lush, lush.
Technically, that's 1 word said 3 times, I'm afraid. So, lush.
Well-girt lush.
Well-girt lush. Spellbinding, officially the best person at playing the 3-word game ever. What would you think of doing with these, lovely lady?
I think they're gorgeous, and I think I caught them on air once. I've seen them and I was gutted because I missed them. I would be buying them right now if I was at home, because they're so cute and sparkly. And I don't know, I would make a ring, I would make earrings, I'd make a little pendant. I would keep it quite delicate. So I would make like, you know when we frame a cabochon and you get the 3 pieces of wire and you wrap it and hold it in with the cage in?
Yeah.
I would do something like that with it, you know, and just really enhance that stone.
I think that's a beautiful idea. You don't have to overwork this, do you?
No.
Can you imagine this like faux prong set as a ring? That's all you'd need, wouldn't you? Just a little prong, 3 prongs, that's it.
But because they're so deep as well, you could wrap wire a couple of times around the outside and then you would just have a sparkle coming up. It's just lush.
Chuck us a bit of wire. What have you got there? Not literally, spellbind. Have you got like a 0.8, say?
I have.
Have you? I just want to test out these drill holes, if you don't mind. Yeah. Because to me...
0.8 will go on it.
They look... Well, you've just ruined that now.
Sorry.
You've just spoilt it. Do you know what that's like? That's like waking up on Christmas Day and there's a beautiful wrapped present. Oh my gosh, what could it be? And you go, it's a jigsaw of a dinosaur. Ruined it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see.
Well, you can still see.
All right.
It will go through then.
Will it?
Yeah.
What about 1 mil? Would that go through?
I don't know about 1 mil.
Ah, well, we'll be able to work it out from this, won't we? Let me get a drill hole. Because it's important to know with this sort of thing, isn't it? Oh, blimey. 1 mil to go through there without any problem at all. Even a 125, possibly, you know. Because look at the, you know, you've got the, what's the name strand in there, haven't there? Temporary strand as well.
That's 1.25.
Let's have a look. Thanks. So I just whip that out shot then. I went away in. Oh, did you? Oh, good. Hang on. Find it again. Yep, that goes through.
And that's with a temporary thread still through it.
And that's with the temporary thread still in there. Look. And you know what as well? It goes through, and once you've taken the temporary thread out, you're going to have more space in there as well. Isn't that fab? Don't get that very often at all, do you? Because it's important to be able to get through a large gauges of wire with certain things, especially with something like this, because maybe you want to do, say, a really big structural cuff frame, really structural, really intricate, big, fat swirls, and then maybe you just want one of these to just be attached on. It can be a bit of a pain if you want it quite simple. You don't want to do wire weaving, lots of wire wrapping with your thinner gauges. You could just pop one of these on and you're sorted, aren't you?
Well, yeah, all you would have to do is have, if you had 3 pieces of the thicker wire, the 1.25, even what I've got here, you could then you could weave the 3 of them, and you know, as we demoed earlier, you split the wires, you keep the middle wire, pop one of those on the middle wire and split the outer wires to frame it, and then continue to weave.
Love that idea.
And it's a really simple but sturdy bracelet.
Yeah, sturdy but simple.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of my friends. Do you know what? If you're brand new to jewellery making, you're watching for the first time today, welcome. Get yourself some elastic. Why was that funny?
You've just been mean, like sturdy, like all of my friends. Welcome, everyone.
I think that's a compliment. Pete, would you be happy if I said, oh, Pete, you're looking very sturdy today?
Yeah, I would.
Yes, see? Pete would. Thank you, Pete. Pete on my team. Imagine this with just elastic through it. All you have to do is get yourself some elastic. You can get them in packs. Pop a knot on, done. £14.95. Check out your baskets, boy oh boy, because these are flying out. You need to be quick on these. Where are we heading to, lovely lady? On me right. Oh my goodness. These are pretty. Oh, the Labrador Essence. Ooh. Let's have a look at just a couple of these at a time. They're stunning. Look at the quality of that. Look at that. Oish. Look, I'm not just picking up, you know, ones with really great Labrador Essence. Gosh, it's unusual you see almost this like sapphire blue Labrador Essence, isn't it? I'm not just picking up, you know, decent ones here. I'm showing you every single one. You can see, oh God, that's gorgeous, isn't it? You can see how every single one has got beautiful Labrador Essence. See the blue then? Flashes. Oh, it is, again, some blue there. You've got beautiful quality Labradorite here. You truly, truly have. What a beautiful mix of Labrador Essence that you've got. Gold, green flashes, pinks and blues as well. 400 carats worth of your Labradorite. I've got to say, I've not seen this strand before. What do you think of it, lovely lady?
I think it's lovely. I could see when you were pulling it up, I could see the light bouncing off of it, and straight away I could recognise that it was Labradorite.
It's got that flash.
Yeah.
You see the flashes that we call, this is what we call Labrador Essence, and essentially that's given to us by Mother Nature. We've not, you know, added anything onto this. Labrador Essence is this beautiful flash, this shiller, sheen, sometimes it's known as well, that's kind of happening just underneath the surface of the gemstone itself. Now, I'll be straight with you. The lights in here don't actually do it justice because they're said to light us and the set and everything else around us. But for the Labrador Essence, a lot of the time you're missing up to sort of 50-60%. Get this home and you are going to be astounded, because the fact is you can see labradescents even under these lights that just don't do this gemstone justice. So when you get this home, you know that you're going to be getting even more of these dynamic, beautiful flashes. Your price today, you're not going to believe, £9.95. Spellbinding, your face then. You look a bit shocked at that.
Because it's a really substantial strand, isn't it? And it's got an amazing shiller and colour range coming off of it. So I think that's just amazing. I would be making pendants and stuff out of that, I think.
Quite unusual shape, isn't it, actually? Because these are your faceted nuggets. What would you think of doing with this shape? Maybe for someone who's watching and they've not worked with this shape before, what would you think of doing?
Again, I'd say a pendant. It's just a natural pendant straight away. Even if you do keep it quite simple and just literally, you know, use that as a feature and then have a tassel of chain coming underneath it. You keep it really simple. I don't even know if I would say it's unisex. I think it could be unisex because it's not really faceted.
No, you're right.
You know, it's still, because of the shape of it.
Yeah.
I think, you know, you could probably get away with choosing one of the sort of more not so sparkly ones, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
And then you could just have that on a piece of leather cord, something really simple. You know, it'd be good for macrame.
Oh, that'd be fab.
So if you had like 3 of those as a feature and macrame'd around them, anything like that really. Oh, and a Viking knit. Oh, I would do a feature in the middle. Just do double Viking knit as a section here and just one of those in the middle.
Yeah. I adore that. And I also love how excited you got then. I do macrame. Oh, and then a Viking knit. Oh, and then I meant,
I'm not a massive, I can't do macrame very well, so that's like, and then when I think of something I can do with it.
I like that. XUGP25, you know that when you get this home, the quality is going to be outstanding. A lot of people actually, I remember my old producer Kirsty used to always say that Labradorite was the first thing she ever bought from Jewellery Maker because she wanted to test us. She wanted to see the quality we were working with, and she's even said, and I agree completely, the quality improves month after month. It really has been. When I joined here, you know, at the end of last year, the quality was pretty amazing, but sometimes with the lights in here you won't be able to see any labradescents at all. It was a nightmare trying to pick anything up. But look at this. I'm not even doing anything, I'm not twiddling these individually, I'm just spinning it so the light changes and you still get an amazing amount of labradescents. £9.95 for you today, 400 carats worth of stunning labradorite. Let's do a bundle then, shall we? Go on. Ooh. Oh wow, these are pretty. Oh, I've got zoisite. I love ruby zoisite. People have just jinxed each other in my ear after me going, I love ruby zoisite, and they go, me too. They just went, jinx. Bless. I've got really beautiful collection here because the shape, they're all organic, they're all drops, but they're very similar in size. 4 different gemstones, all really, really similar in appearance though. You've got your amethyst drops in the middle here, 150 carats worth. 8 by 7, 15 by 10. You've also got your peach quartz. Wowzers. I'll show you that more in detail in a little bit. 150 carats. Your ruby zoisite, which I adore, 150 carats worth, and 200 carats worth of prehnite. Helena, can you remind me the price we're going to on this, love? Oh my goodness. Okay, that is absolutely astonishing. Would you be happy to get each of these strands for £4? If you would, get on the phone instantly, please, because you're going to beat the queue. You're going to beat the queue. Look at this peach quartz. Can you believe this? It's got this gorgeous, almost sagnatic effect internally, hasn't it? All of these internal structures, this really interesting detail. Can you see that at home? Pinks, creams, sort of champagne-y peach tones running through there as well. Get it home to really appreciate, because I've got to admit it is quite tricky to see. But they've got little speckles. Do you know, I know exactly how to describe this. You know solar quartz? You know around the outside it has kind of those little speckledy areas? It's like that internally. It's hard to see at camera because they actually look a bit opaque to you. They're not. They're most certainly not. Get them home. Can you see, like, let's have a look. Because I've not seen this before. Peach quartz. But then it has got these flecks of pink internally. It's beautiful. You've also got this really deep amethyst. It's almost got Zambian tones. Do you know what? If you want to get this strand of amethyst for not £4, but £3.50. Get yourself on the phone right now. KOGC76, beat that Q. Deep Zambian tones, but actually you've got beautiful banding in some of these as well. Almost a bicolour effect to them. Really stunning drops. Don't forget you've got 150 carats worth on this strand. Then you've got that pre-night, 200 carats worth. If you got the pre-night that we had on earlier, this will pair up absolutely exceptionally. Every single one of them is just this really wonderful, relaxing springtime green colour. It's really pretty. These are from 10 by 7 to 14 by 10 mil. If you would like to get your hands on this for not £4, not £3.50, but £3, get yourself on the phone right now, please. Lastly, but by no means leastly, out of this bundle, I'd say that this is one of my favourite strands. Of course, I love amethyst, my birthstone, but this for me is just exceptional. This is your ruby zoisite. Look at how much ruby you've got in here. All of this red is genuine ruby. Look at all of that. Huge amounts in here, your ruby zoisite. The sizings on this as well, you're looking at around 8 by 7 to 13 by 8 mil. So, if you want to get your hands on this strand and all the rest for under £13, get yourself on the phone right now, because today it's an astonishing price point. Should be £11.80, which is good. That'd mean per one, if we were sticking at that price, how much would that be per strand? Not got my maths head on today. It's that weekend in Ireland. I'll blame Ireland. Not the place itself, obviously. Wouldn't that be funny if you could blame a place? Oh no, I'm not feeling very mathematical today. That's Chester's fault. I've never been good at maths anyway. How much would it be? £2.95. It's good, but it's not the price today. Should be £11.80. 4 strands of genuine gemstones you are getting your hands on. Your price today, though, is astonishingly good. £8.95, boys. That means each strand, £2.24. £2.24. What do you think of that price, Spellbind?
Oh, it's just, again, it's just amazing, especially if you do love working with chips and nuggets and that kind of, you know, organicness. Like, just doing what you're doing there. If you just pop that on some beading thread and just twist it together, you know, Mark does a lot of that kind of style next to that focal necklace. It's just going to be a statement, and it's very minimal work you need to put into it to be able to create an impact piece. And again, because a lot of them, are they all top drilled? Or just most of them?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
You can make little flowers out of that. You can make, you know, you can make a lovely bib with that. You know, like a wired framed bib, and make lots of little organic sort of leaves and stuff.
I get you. You can. I would say they're all top drilled, yeah. But because they're organic shapes, it's you know, tricky to say.
Yeah, you would get different looks with every single one, you know.
Completely unique looks with these. If you're into that kind of organic creation of shape, then this is going to be absolutely perfect. Even if you're brand new to us and perhaps you're not used to seeing, you know, this shape used in pieces, because let's face it, sometimes on the high street actually can be a bit boring at points, can't it? Obviously the high street's a great place, and you know, we all shop on the high street, but sometimes it can be a little bit boring in the sense that, you know, they use rounds a lot, or they'll just use drops quite a lot. To actually get unique shapes like this, can add real interest to your pieces. So maybe you're new and you're only used to seeing a lot of the plain rounds used and things like that in the past. Get your hands on these today. Get yourself on our website. We've got the Chips and Nuggets DVD. You can use that next with these. It's only £4.95 for that DVD, or call centre, and they'll be able to help you out of how to work with this type of gemstone and this type of shape. £8.95. Hello, lovely ladies. I've got absolutely loads of you. Francis, Jane, Carol, Ellen, Tracy, Derek, hello gentlemen as well. Mary, Barbara, I hope you're all having an absolutely stunning day today. You're getting yourself a true treat, but also a true bargain. Let's face it, cheaper than a Robbie Williams programme. I'm not dissing Robbie Williams. Don't worry, I love Robbie as much as the next one. Silence speaks volumes sometimes, doesn't it? You know, you feel someone's eyes burying into you. £8.95. Coxie76 is the code. Slight queue on the phone. Only slight. Do not worry, we promise we'll be with you at some point. You're answered in order, so just stay where you are. Don't think, oh, I'll hang up now and ring back in a bit, because what'll happen is you'll get put to the back of the queue again. Back of the queue, back of the queue. Once you ring in, you put in a queue, you put in order, 0800 644 655. Joy of nuggets for you today. Loads of you getting this. There's probably about 15 of you that need to check out. Don't forget, check out once or check out 17 times today. And it doesn't matter, you're only going to be paying $2.95 for postage and packaging. COGC76 is your code today. Ooh, wow, you've got loads here. Oh my goodness, this is that crazy, 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 crazy price one, isn't it? Crazy, 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 crazy. Do you know what? Let me just say this now. You're getting 3 findings packs of the silver, the 115 findings packs. You're getting the wire twisting jig, and you're getting the coiling gizmo. Get yourself on the phone. Just, that's it. Get yourself on the phone. Let me show you the findings packs if you're new to us. You're going to be getting 3 of these, don't forget. It's 115 findings in each, and each of those include a metre of chain as well. So you've got 3 metres worth of the chain. It's that beautiful lariat chain. The lariat style has got the large loop, the oval, that has got the slight twist on it, and then each one is held together by this beautiful, intricate figure of 8 detailing. It's really pretty. If you like doing charm bracelets, or you want to get into doing charm bracelets, then this is perfect for that, because you've got a great sized hole for it. You've got the meters, so don't forget you're getting 3 meters worth of this, because you're getting 3 packs. It's copper with the silver, the plated silver over the top. It's amazing. Then you've got your 3 extender cords in each pack, don't forget. So everything I'm saying just times by 3 in your head, because I can't. You've got the cord ends, and this is the S-shaped cord ends. This is the extender. So if you're new to us, you're not sure what this is, can you see, here is your cord end. Pop in your cords, maybe you've done a plait with something, whatever it might be, really easy in here. Just close up one side and then close up another with your pliers. It'll hold it nice and tight, and therefore you've got a really strong clasp, and you can change the length of that, so you can have it quite high to the neck or quite loose to the neck if you wish. You've also got jump ring selection as well. Lots of jump rings. I think you've got 10 possibly in there. Yeah, you've got 10 of those in the pack. You're getting to the toggle clasp. This is one of my favourite toggle clasps, with that twisted detail on the inside, your T-bar, and then the fresh loop around the outside. You've got some shepherd's hooks as well in here. You've got a pair of this style, but then you've also got 2 pairs, yep, of the twisted gizmo. You see that? With the ball at the end. 2 pairs of these ones. You've got loads of head pins. Head pins are an essential. They truly, truly are. The essential, almost go-to shape that we would be talking about is this ball head pin. 15 of these we've got. So your head pin, yeah. You can drop, say, on your gemstones onto here. You've then got the ball at the end of it. Add a little loop, pop it onto a shepherd's hook, you're done. Easy, easy peasy. 15 of these. You're also, again, you've got the same, it's a head pin, but we've gone a little bit fun and funky with this because you've got the flower detail. So that means if you do something like macrame, you can just add on the eye loop, and then you can just thread them onto the macrame, and you've got these pointing up with your gemstones underneath. Actually, you can inlay these into polymer as well, pre-bake. So you can pre-bake the polymer with it, which is just fab. Stunning. Say that to me again. Okay. Right, just to let you know that this price is just for the findings. Okay, so it's your triple silver plated. So ignore the gizmo and ignore the wire jig. They've just been put together. They've been combined. They've been combined together on a photograph and thing. So ignore that. 3 findings packs, and I will be bringing those to you in a bit if you need them as well. Triple trouble findings pack. So you've got a selection of those. You've also got the featherweight head pins. You've got jump rings, spacers, toggle clasps, loads and loads. Your price for 3 packs today should be £23.85 for all 3, of course, not today. It's tiny. Your price today? £14.85 for you. What's that, £9 off, is it? Is that right? £9 off your findings packs. Just think, they're £7.95 each normally. You're getting 3 for just £14.85. Isn't that astonishing? Isn't that exceptional? They're normally £7.95. So let's, put it in your head like this. Normally £7.95. It's £8 really, isn't it? £7.95, really, 5p off. But £7.95 per one. Today, you're getting it for what? £4 something, isn't it? Yeah. Work that out for me exactly, Helena. I want you to work out £14.85 divided by 3. Because I need to work out how much these are now. Because they're normally £7.95, which is pretty much £8 each. £4.94. £4.94. Not £7.95, the usual price. These ones always are. They are, aren't they? That's the price that we do our findings packs at. For you today, though, less than £5. What do you think of that findings pack, love?
I mean, it's brilliant because, it's always handy, even if you do make your own findings out of wire, if you do think, I don't very often need that, there's always a time where you need some chain or you need some earring hooks or a nice toggle clasp. So I think to get that and put it in your stash, along with, obviously, if you bought those butterfly back earrings earlier on, you've got a real nice little stash builder there, Mm-hmm. You can't really go wrong for that, can you?
You really can't, can you? You really, really, really cannot. It is your triple findings pack. So you're getting these findings packs. Don't forget, everything you see on this board, times it by 3 in your mind, because that's how much you're actually going to be getting. So do get your hands on this today. It's an astonishing deal. Top up. The funny thing is, you might not think, I'm going to need loads and loads. You might not think that, but you'll be amazed. You'll be astonished at how quick you do go through it. And you'll also be astonished how irritating it can be when you run out of something in a certain colour.
It's always nice to know. And again, being silver is the most popular, isn't it? So it's always going to be a guaranteed bonus to have it in your stash, really. And like you say, if you do resin, or if you do an enamel or anything like that, you can use those little spacers for things like that. There'll always be that project that even us guest designers who work predominantly with wire, there's always that project where we think, if only I'd had some head pins to do that, or if only I'd had a nice toggle clasp to finish that off. So it's always handy to have something like that.
Cool. I absolutely adore it. I just wanted to double check with you, Helena. The photo on the website, is that right? Okay, so just to let you know, if you're buying these off the website, you'll be able to see 3 findings packs and 2 tools. The photograph is wrong. Please don't pay attention to that. We're changing the photo right now. But if you're looking at it and thinking, oh, all of those, the tools are coming up for you in a bit as a separate thing. Ignore that photo. It is being changed now. 3 of these findings packs. 115 pieces. This is the findings pack. Times that by 3 in your mind. Add on 3 organza bags. That's what you're getting for a tiny £14.85. Get yourself on the phone lines for these. Oh, gee. C20 is the code on these today. 3 triple for you. £14.85. There's loads of you getting your hands on this. Double buyers on these left, right and centre. It is a wonderful selection, a wonderful variety. We've thought about this. Do you know what I mean? We haven't just, you know, given you kind of the basic, almost archetypal toggle clasps or head pins. We've gone a step further. We've given you brush detail. We've given you rope detail with high sheen. We've given you not just plain head pins, not just your normal go-to head pins, which we've got in here, you know, the great head pins. You've also got your really exciting head pins that we've really thought about this. We've given you different textures, different details. We've thought about, oh, some people find it hard to thread pearls for earrings. Great, we'll give them featherweight. We've thought, wouldn't head pins be great if we've added a little extra zhuzh, little extra detail? We've done that. We've put the effort and the thought in. And now we're bringing it to you at an astonishing price today. £14.85. There's loads of you out there. Hello. I'd probably say there's about 16, 17 people with it in their baskets. Please do check out because, as always, very, very busy this afternoon. And we do want you to check out. If you don't check out, you might miss out. £14.85 for you today. So I will bring you now 2 more of your tools. This is your wire wrapping jig and your gizmo. I can see you gizmoing.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the lady that messaged in earlier about can you twist twisted wire.
Oh
Gizmo,
yeah, Tony was it?
Is it Tony? I can't remember. Very sorry.
Yeah, Tony. It was Tony. I'm sure it was.
Still in a bit of an excitement of the Robbie thing, so my brain can't hold on information. So
blame Robbie.
Blaming Robbie. Yeah, but this is twisted 1mm wire.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it works lovely. So.
Wow, because you said before you'd suggest maybe a 0.6 no more.
Yeah, but you know, having been able to work with it, it does
amazing.
Work. So I wanted to try it, you know, so I take it back.
Yeah. You take it back.
I take it back. 1mm, that is.
1mm twisted wire gizmoed. It works.
It looks good.
We said before 0.6, 0.8 max, but we can do 1mm. Isn't that a really funky modern look? It's almost a little bit industrial, isn't it? I love the multicolours that you've used. So you can create this look and so much more using the gizmo coil. You really can. A gizmo coil is essentially a coil like what we have here is the main base, and you can create torques, you can create rings with it, you can create beautiful statement strong bangles with it as well. It's a really useful tool. You'll be getting 2 mandrel sizes in here to give you the opportunity to create 2 different sizes of your gizmo coils, and you can even gizmo coil a gizmo coil with the gizmo coiler.
You can.
Is for me to say. You've also got the wire coiling jig as well on here. So this is your jig that has got inside there 2 lengths of your wire, just to give you a little bit of a tester, just to give you a little bit of a try out. You can see at the side there you've got all the different cogs, and you simply pop those into the jig frame where you can see the holes, creating whatever shape you like. Shapes, letters, links, whatever you want to, and then simply with the wire provided or with your own that you've got at home, you can sweep around each of these cogs to create really intricate, really interesting looks and effects, which you can then recreate time and time again. So for example, if you are doing a chain that you want to create with lots of different individual links, then you absolutely can. All you have to do is using the template, which again you get in the kit, draw it out, you can copy it time and time again. Plastic jig and your coiling gizmo. The price today is not £10.90. Should be. That's a stunning deal though, isn't it? Professional jewellery making tools for just £10.90. That's what we do well. But we do price slashing even better. £6.95 for you on this today. This is your wire jig and your coiling gizmo. You're going to be able to create really, really professional looking pieces. This is all using the coiling gizmo. This is from the DVD. You can see all of these effects that you're creating. You can create torques, you can create centerpieces, focal pieces, rings, bangles, cuffs, bracelets, just with that one tool. And in fact, you can use the thinner gauge of wire on this to create like a spring effect, can't you? Which then it looks beautiful. If you create springs, say with like a 4mm, you can just unravel them and it creates a beautiful almost net effect, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And again, if you just lightly put it out and then you can roll it up into a ball and then you can shape it and you get a really sort of textural, cool piece that you can mold, and it's just brilliant, really, what you can do with it. And again, you don't have to use it to make coils, to make things, you know. You can use it to make your own jump rings, you can use it to make end caps if you like to do your Viking, your Kumihimo, anything like that. And you, again, you get that consistency. So, you know, and the jig's really good for symmetry as well. If you like pieces to be the same and you want to make the links that are always the same.
And symmetry actually sometimes is what can make or break a professional looking piece.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, you know, if you don't want to go for symmetry, then that's great, that still looks professional. But when you're trying to go for symmetry and then there's just one bit that's slightly off, it can distract you, can't it?
It saves time as well, because obviously, you know, and a little tip, when you get the jig, in it is a template, so photocopy it a couple of times so that you can do lots of designs, and then you just place your jig over your designs and then you just place your pegs where you want them to go, but photocopy that sheet if you can, and then you can just keep using it.
Time and time again.
Yeah.
Really simple to use, but really, really professional. Cracking price too. £6.95 for you today. OLGC 57. Where are we heading to, did you say? Oh, sorry, I thought I'd missed you then. Oh, you want this coil back?
Back.
Why?
I'm doing something with it.
Why? Is that for your challenge?
No, it's for, well, no.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
Yeah, but, no, but, yeah.
No, but. Hey? Where, what have I got? Wire whacker. You love this, don't you?
Yeah.
The wire whacker is an absolutely fantabulous little tool. It is so simple to use, but it gives you a really professional finish. So essentially, what you're going to be getting is your two sheets here. Now that is your wire whacker. All you have to do is place the sheet, you can see here, you've got your detail in the middle. Place your top sheet on top of that, so you've got the wire sandwiched in between. Now, if you've got the chase hammer that we got you before, you can use that with this, it's perfect for it. You simply whack on top of that top sheet where your wire is sandwiched in between, and it changes the internal composition of the wire. So it work hardens it, it strengthens it. It's stunning as well, because look at this. Can you see on this detail, you've got the loops in there? What do we always say to you when you've got links like this and they cross over? We always say, don't we, never ever hammer on to where the cross is, because it weakens it, doesn't it? With this, it doesn't matter. With this, it doesn't matter. Because of the way this is designed, it's not an issue at all. You can hammer straight on top and it will change the internal sort of composition of the wire, but where the cross is, you're not going to get any weakening. You can actually also do this with your hand. Maybe you haven't got the hammer. If you haven't got the hammer, don't forget I had the hammer earlier on. It was a cracking prize. But even if you haven't got the hammer, you can do it with your hand. You can just do it with your hand. You literally just, it's almost like you're clapping on top of it.
It's quite good as well if you don't want to be making lots of noise. Got kids asleep.
Yeah.
Smacking the hammer, you know, it can be a bit noisy. It drives my husband mad.
Does it?
He hates it when I get the hammer out.
I could just imagine Tony running scared when you get your hammer out.
No, he doesn't. He just sits there and huffs.
Oh, does he? Is he a huffer?
Yeah, he huffs, yeah.
Now, there is a letter missing on your code. The letter is D for Delta. That is the letter that is missing, D for Delta. So it's HLBD 42 on the wire whacker tool. Get yourself online, get yourself on the phone. It's a cracking tool and it's a stunning price. Just £5.95 for you today. It won't mark your wire. Have you got coloured wire? Did you get that stunning coloured wire before with the turquoise and the purple and the pink? If you use that in here, it's not going to mark it. Have you ever done that thing? I've done it so many times. Finished off something, it's taken you a bit of wire, a bit of time to create, and then you go to work hard on it, beautiful coloured wire, you catch it slightly wrong, the colouring comes off, and then that's all you can see. Your eye is drawn back to that piece time and time and time again. And especially if you're into wire lettering, because I did this a couple of weeks ago, I remember telling you, I did wire lettering, I wrote our whole name, it took me a while, you know. Went to work hard and it just cut one of the letters, some of the colour came off, and I had to start again. It really, really irritated me. You don't have that problem with this because it's protected. So you're not going to get any weakening of the wire. You're not going to get loads of scuffs on your wire if you just catch it incorrectly. You don't have to make loads of noise with a hammer. You can if you want, but you can just do it with your hand as well. It is such a stunning tool. It's really easy to use. It's sillily simple to handle. It truly, truly is. And actually, if you look on the back, you'll be able to see as well just some examples of how exactly to use it. So simple for you to have a go at. It really, really is. It won't mark, it won't nick. If you've got 925 or you've got gold in your collection and you're worried, because let's face it, if you've got 925, you don't want to be scuffing that, do you? Or weakening that. Because you imagine having 925 making something really intricate, hammering it slightly wrong, the crossover point, you pick it up and the piece falls apart. Not an issue with this at all. £5.95. The missing letter is D for Delta. D for Delta. HLB. D for Delta. That way around? That way around. That way? That way. HLB. D. 42, that's your code. Get yourself on the line like everybody else is. Hello everybody. Got multi-buyers on this. Multi-buyers. Multi-buyers on a wire whacker. Maybe you...
Buying one for a friend, buying one for your holiday home, buying one for just because you can.
Buying one for your holiday home?
Yeah. My mum's got a cottage.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, my mum's got a little cottage that she goes to visit. My mother-in-law's got a caravan, you know.
Or maybe buying it for like your jewellery parties.
Yeah.
Jewellery making tutorials, jewellery making workshops.
One just to keep around with you. I mean, it's quite lightweight actually, isn't it? It's not as light heavy as if you were to take the plate and the hammer.
Oh, blimey,
so you could keep that in your actual toolkit, you know, if you do like to travel. Yeah. And again, it's something that's a bit more discreet rather than getting like hammer and ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
£5.95. Can't turn your nose up at that, can you? Don't forget the letter is D for you there. Okie pokely. On this side, new strand. Ooh. Ooh, it's lovely, says Director Ben. Wow. Isn't that rich? Isn't that rich? You're right there, love.
Gradually injuring myself.
You're just injuring yourself?
Yeah.
Could you do it a bit quieter?
I'll try. I'm very sorry.
What have you done?
Well, first of all, I stabbed myself with wire.
Stabbed yourself?
And then I just happily smacked my fingers on the edge of the desk. You know, no reason.
Good. No reason.
No reason.
All right. You're okay though?
I'm fine.
Good. What's she like? This is your Mozambique garnet, and isn't it a beauty? Brand spanking new this is today. 45 carats worth on this garnet, and these are your faceted marquise shapes. When we speak about Mozambique garnet, what we're really saying is kind of one of the pinnacle points to get your garnet. Because Mozambique garnet is known for its richness in tone. Now, it's really important that I point out to you, can you see how deep the saturation is within this stone? That's not heated, that's it naturally. That's Mother Nature. And that's due to the correct pressure, the correct temperature in Mozambique, where these are taken from the ground. Collector's choice, gems of distinction. This. 45 carats worth we have here. Mozambique is also known for doing great garnet because a lot of the highest quality that they get can have a really, really great clarity to them. garnet, sometimes it's a bit of a changeable one actually, isn't it? Sometimes with garnet you get really sort of spine-like internal structure sometimes. Sometimes, rarely, you get beautiful clarity. This is much more on the clear scale. This to me is perfectly eye clear. It truly, truly is. It's quite hard for you actually to see how clear this is, but you have got that hue and you've got the clarity in here too. They're in that stunning marquee shape as well. Ever such a classical shape, and then faceted to perfection. It's brand new for you. You could be one of the first people to own this very rare version of garnet. SPZC71. Your price for a brand new strand is tiny. Isn't that astonishing? For the location as well. For that location. How often do we see that? Do you know what? That is a necklace to me. You really wouldn't have to do much with this. But if I did want to, what would I do, Spellbind?
Well, with something like that, again, I would do maybe if I was going to do something other than just keeping it simple, I might do one of the framed little pendants that I do, keeping it really delicate.
Oh yeah, I know.
And just letting that sort of colour shine through.
Yeah.
You know, maybe with a bit of gold or something like that. And again, that might be something that I might team up with my precious metals if I've got any.
Oh yeah, I would with this.
Because you would be very minimal in what you would use.
Yeah.
But again, at that price, you could afford to buy a couple and just have a real statement set of jewellery, and then have another strand just to really have one or two used in pieces.
Absolutely, 100%. The thing as well is, at that price point, just remember for me that this is a Gems of Distinction strand. So when you get this strand, you're also going to get a little pamphlet, booklet, that just says congratulations. Because it needs to say congratulations, because you have got yourself here a true treasure. Every single gem has been hand faceted by the lapidress on this. Every single one. And if you're not totally sure what Gems of Distinction are, essentially, obviously all of our gemstones are wonderful, they're all beautiful, they're all brilliant, but it's also when we find a collection of gemstones that are ticking every box that the connoisseurs are going to be looking for, when it's doing that, like this, it gets given the Gems of Distinction stamp of approval. You have to go through 7 individual stages to get a Gems of Distinction title, and that is what every single one of these gemstones have been through. It's like they've been tested. They've been, you know, it's like they're doing the gemstone GCSEs on these, and you're getting it all for just $19.95. I think it is spectacular. I truly, truly do. And look at that. For me, isn't it absolutely exceptional? I think so. Oh my goodness, I love it. And for £20, that is exceptional, isn't it? It truly, truly is. SPZC71, it's the first time you've seen it. Treat yourself today. Say that to me again, love. If we squeeze in another one, okay, go on. Ooh, amethyst drops. Golly, golly, these are pretty, aren't they? Huge, huge. Aren't they? Massive. Look at those. High shine as well, really high shine. 105 carats worth on here. Just give you an idea sort of how large they are. Let me show you one as a ring. This is the smallest one. This is the smallest at the end, so the 13 mil. But this is just to give you an idea of the size. Imagine that as a prong set ring. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love it. But that's the smallest one. That's to give you an idea of kind of, what am I thinking? You know what I mean?
Scale.
Scale.
I have my uses.
I know.
Not a lot.
But some.
But sometimes, you know, sometimes it's
one mind. That's our one mind working together again, that is Spellbind. To give you a sense of scale. These are really stand out beautiful pieces. What are we thinking of doing with these? Because for me, literally, I'm just thinking pendant, 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 ring, pendant, pendant, pendant. Oh, Spellbind.
There you go.
Bring that over here,
There's
will
one
you?
I
Do you mind?
made
I'm not
earlier.
allowed to move. They glue me to the spot.
Stay sat there.
Thanks.
Sit down and then I just pop it on.
Is this one using similar gemstone to this?
I think it's probably, if it's not one of the same, it's very, very similar.
Really?
Slightly lighter, maybe.
Gorgeous. How have you done this?
That's just woven. It's just been held in using 0.4 and 1 mil wire to frame it.
It's beautiful. Take a look. Isn't that stunning? Let's get your pricing for this and then we'll find out exactly how Spellbind did this. It's beautiful, massive carat weight, gorgeous clarity and depth of colour. The price today, £12.95 for that. How much would you sell this pendant for if it was using these exact stones?
Well, to be fair, it practically is. I think mine are probably just a bit lighter. That pendant, I would probably sell that one for about £20.
Yeah.
Because I tend to sell the pendants separately as well. I don't tend to sell them with a chain.
No,
they
just the pendant.
Literally as they go. I would say probably about 18 to £20 for that one. It depends. I assess it by how much work I put into it. So for me, it's not necessarily you have to take your
time,
your stones into account.
Yeah.
But if you've got it at that kind of price, it means that you can price it. Really, all I'm pricing is for my time on that, because the cost of the stones are so low.
Absolutely.
But you've got that stunning sparkliness.
Sparkliness. I love that. So even if we do a really, really basic wire wrap pendant with these and you're selling it for, let's say, £10, because I can do £10 maths. You've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, £90 worth of pendants on here. Yeah, you've got a bit of wire with it, but that's it. You've got the possibility to make £90 worth of jewellery with this, and that's cheap. That's mates rates. And maybe, you don't make to sell. A lot of us don't. A lot of us, like myself, we're hobbyists. We just like to do it because it's fun and it's nice to give us gifts. This, as a gift for someone, so beautiful to get such a variety in there and to be able to give them a variety of colours that you can pick from, a variety of sizes. Beautiful. £12.95 today. Did you say we're going over now? Break? We're doing it now? Okay. We're heading to you now.
Okay.
Get ready, you. Get ready, you. Get ready. I have got your designer inspiration kit. So you've got a beautiful strand of solar quartz in here. You've got your labradorite and you've got some clear quartz today. You've also got your wire. You're going to be getting 0 to 500 meters. Your twisted wire in the blue, and this is that 0.8. You've got beading thread as well, and you've got your silver findings pack. 115 pieces in this silver findings pack. You've got, don't forget, if you want that findings pack top up, we did a pack of 3 of these for you later on. They were working out just under £5 each. It was a stunning price. We have still got some of those. Take a little look online. So you've got a real nice variety in here, Spellbind.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's really cool, isn't it? Where are you going? I'm talking to you. Where are you going? I'm chatting to you.
I'm getting ready. You told me to get ready.
Oh, right. How were these to work with?
It's really good. I mean, I haven't even touched half of it, to be honest, because, again, I didn't really want to be making tons of pieces up. I wanted to try and keep it more interactive. But once I sat down and started working with the twisted wire and just experimenting, I just really, really enjoyed it.
Do you know what I've just worked out? Since we're looking at this wire.
There it is.
When lovely Laura Binding showed me that amazing gizmo coil earlier on, I thought, oh, how lovely of her to be doing us some, a little bit of a live demo. Isn't that great? But no. And then I said, oh, is that part of your challenge? And you went, yeah, sort of. You were basically doing your homework in class, weren't you?
Well, no, I was actually testing a theory for somebody to
Oh.
find out whether the wire would work, and it did.
I can imagine you were one of those mischievous ones at school, weren't you? You
I'm
were.
the one that always gets caught, though. I can imagine you'd be the naughty one that winds everybody up, and I'd be the one that gets caught.
Brilliant. Just summed us up there, I think.
Pretty much.
So, of your 3 strands, you're going to be getting 40 carats worth of the labradorite. Look at the quality of that. Stunning. Irregular bicones, 30 centimetres worth on this strand. Blues, greens, lemons, yellow shining through there. You've also got the solar quartz as well in here. Your solar quartz is these, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops I've got on mine, 100 carats worth, ranging all the way up to 30 by 29 mil. 3 centimetres either side, that. Look at that. That's huge. Yeah. As well as that, of course, you've got the clear quartz, and these are like your little mirror balls, your little disco balls of light, aren't they? Really stunning, usable. No matter what you pair that with, it's going to pick it up. So even if I just show you with the wire, you can see, because the clarity, they're perfectly eye clear. Even rest on your eye clear, some might say. Me. But look, can you see how it's picking up that gold? And then if I can just shimmy them up. Oh, me and Ryan shimmy together. Look at that. Again, you can see it picking up each, and you can't just see a blue shining through, can you? You can see a navy, and then it goes to the aquamarine tone. That's what these are. That's why I always say they're like the chameleon. They just pick up on their surroundings, which means that no matter what you pair these with, it's going to go, because it's going to be highlighting the colours you're already working with. So, you've got your clear quartz, your labradorite, your solar quartz. You've got 10 metres of 0.8 ice blue twisted wire with that navy and that ice blue tone. You've got 100 metres of your 0.25, a silver findings pack, and some beading thread. Your price today is not £46.65. That's the should-be price. Shoulda, woulda, coulda when it comes to designer inspiration. You know that, I know that. Your price today is minuscule. It's just £26.95 for you today. 3 strands, 110 metres worth of double wire. Don't forget 10 metres, that is the doubled up twisted wire. 115 findings and a beading thread in there as well. If you're not sure what beading thread is, maybe you're new to us, it's essentially you're getting 50 metres worth of it, 50 metres. It's really, 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 really thin wire that's got a protective coating over the top. So it's got this lovely ability to spring, to be shaped, but also it's got enough movement if you just want to, thread onto it. It's absolutely fab. I absolutely adore it. And you know, when you wrap your Christmas presents and you do like a little, you get that ribbon that's shiny on one side and you do that with your scissors, and it goes just the same. Just the same. How was this to work with?
It was great fun. It's really great fun. And you have, in effect, got a kit there, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, even if you don't like to do wire, you've got the beading thread, you've got the finding kit, so you can keep it however your style of working is, so you can adapt it for that.
I'm bringing your pendant back.
Oh, that's nice of you.
No problem. I'll just pop it on the side there for you.
Thank you.
I adore what you've done with this, I've got to say, because you've worked the whole variety in together, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've used a little bit of everything, but you've not all used it all together. You've
No.
picked what you specifically want.
Yeah, I haven't used any of the solar quartz. No particular reason. I just didn't feel it was appropriate with the designs I'd done.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason. I don't want to put a stone in there just because I think, I better use
better
them all.
have, yeah.
Because I don't, that's going to just, you're going to look at it and go, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So that is simply the only reason. Well, you know I'm a massive fan of
You're
this.
a huge
I
fan of
absolutely
solar
love
quartz.
solar quartz, and I just keep admiring it. So it's, for me, I would be thinking, right, okay, I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to make a pendant out of that, combine it with my stuff.
I've just heard something loop-de-loop. We're not staying there on the price. Dion, apparently, twisting arms up in the gallery.
I bet that's because it's got blue in.
Oh, £24.95? Wait, what saving am I dealing with here? Hang about.
More maths is needed now.
Hang about, get my calculator out. I can't believe that. Wait, £24.95. 100 metres of 0.25 and 10 metres of your double twisted wire with a findings pack. That's pretty much the price already. Well, how much? How much? £21.70. Saving. That's almost half price. Almost, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's amazing, isn't it?
And look at what I've got left. This is what I've got left. And I've done all of that with it.
All of this. Oh my goodness. That is a seriously huge amount. Wait. You're basically buying like the wire and the findings pack and then getting gemstones, genuine gemstones for free. aren't you?
Yeah. And they're amazing gemstones as well. It's not, you know, they're stunning.
I have nothing to say. Get on the phones, 0800 6444 655. That's your code. Do get in touch with us today as well. Don't forget, it's our live workshop. So at the end of this short demo, we'll probably have about 15 minutes or so to answer some of your workshop questions. 60777 is your number to text us in. Start your text with the word JM Studio if you want to see anything, if you want to know how to use a tool, if you want ideas for day wear, wedding wear. Maybe you've got a wedding coming up and you want to help out, you want to give a gift, or you want to do favours. Maybe you want to do favours for a wedding. You've got loads to make. You want something quick, simple, beautiful that you can make for 50 people. Whatever it might be, we can help you out today. Text us in.
I love all these suggestions. You're like, whatever, we'll help. He's not going to help in any way.
I help.
Putting it all on
I'll
me.
read the question. Do get in touch with us today and we will help you answer that £24.95. Genuinely, like almost £22 saving on this. It is a shocking price. Do you love that?
I do. I think it's brilliant. And again, the stones are really beautiful.
Stunning.
The labradorite, I mean, the schiller on that is just awesome. It's just gorgeous.
Killer Schiller. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, gotta love it.
£24.95. Do you fancy having a little nosy at what she's done? Go on then. Wow.
You can't really see it on that bust, but I have put the quartz in there. You can just about see it because you'll see the wire going through it. It's because it's a white bust, but if I put it on a black bust, you wouldn't really see the blue.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Isn't that stunning? Like a little captivated piece of ice, that, isn't it? Isn't it really beautiful? What if I hold it up to my neck? Will you be able to see better then? Go on then. It's pretty, this.
Yeah.
I like this shape. You create this shape quite a bit, don't you? Kind of
Yeah.
this bib look.
I didn't intend to, but it just kind of formed, and because of the twisted wire being the way it is, it will naturally form that shape. So it's
Yeah.
really, it makes it look like a natural. To me, I think it makes it look more natural. It doesn't
know what you
look like
mean.
you've tried to make it go in that
Yeah,
shape.
you've tried to make it go that
more
way.
fluid. That's the word.
I adore the other necklace as well. Total juxtaposition to that one.
Yeah, and do you know how I made it? Because we don't have any silver wire.
Wait, what?
We don't have any silver wire in this kit.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point. I know exactly what you did. I know what you did.
Do you know what I did?
Yeah. Do you know what she did? Does anyone else know what she did? I do. Me! Me! You use the earring findings. Oh! Look! It's the earring findings out the finding right. No wire. No wire added to this.
I didn't cheat.
You didn't cheat.
Did not cheat.
Which, do you know what?
It's
I'm
very
going to
good
let
for
you
me.
into something. Everyone here thought you had, because you said, there's no silver wire in the kit, and they all went, oh, don't worry, it's all right to add things.
Oh.
They thought you cheated.
Oh, thank you. No, I
But no.
didn't cheat. Yeah, well, it's just again, it creates that sort of more elegant sort of design. To think then.
Elegant. It really does, doesn't it? And then you've got these three pieces, the base here. This is the on-show bracelet that we created. So
Yeah.
obviously you've created this when I was chatting
Yeah.
earlier on.
So if you
So it
turn
obviously
it-
hasn't taken you ages, has it?
No, and again, if you turn it around, you'll see that I've got finer wire, blue wire, for the clasp. And again, there's none in the kit.
No. You've separated it. You have not. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm on the Crystal Maze or something today. Wait, so you've untwisted this
Yeah.
and you've just used the blue?
Yeah, and that's actually how I attached the quartz onto the bib necklace, because it wouldn't go through the wire when it was twisted. And initially I did bind it with the gold wire, but I just didn't feel it looked right.
Yeah, got you.
So I cut a length off and just untwisted it, straightened it with my straighteners or my nylon pliers. And then I did the same thing for that because it needed a core, but I wanted to be able to get the stones on.
You've done a cracking job today.
I can tell I'm quite impressed with myself with these little
I'm
things.
quite
can't you?
impressed with you
I
as
know.
well, though, to be honest. Like, you're always good, but you've outdone yourself. And then you've got these two beautiful rings. I absolutely adore them. How simple and like, just unique does this look? It's fab, isn't it? How long did this take to make?
About 5 minutes.
Yeah. Easy peasy. So we're going to be, oh, and look at this one as well. I love this one.
And again, that one I've just used one of the star head pins. You don't have to, you can use one of the other ones, but I just thought it gives a bit of a feature. But I needed to use that to attach the stone to the ring itself.
Clever, very clever. Right, I can't wait to see what we're learning today then.
What do you want me to show you?
Everything.
I'll show you
got
the ring.
time?
We've got
No,
time.
probably not.
Okay, so I'll show you how to make this plain twisted ring.
Twisty twirly
It's
ring.
a little bit different, and I know that a few people asked for a ring demo, so.
Do you know what I'd love this as? A stacker ring.
Stacker ring.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do one halfway as well.
Yeah.
I think that'd look really cool, wouldn't it?
Good.
And quick and simple to do.
They are quick and neat. I mean, this is 2 lengths of 1mm wire twisted, 0.8, sorry.
0.8
it's not-
wire, yeah.
It is 0.8, it wasn't 1mm, that was my mistake.
Okay.
So when I did that cuff, it is 0.8,
0.8,
but
yeah.
you could probably still use the 1mm.
Yeah.
So obviously you have to take into account it is a little bit harder to manipulate because it is doubled
Doubled
wire.
up, yeah.
Okay. You don't need to have too much wire for this. Probably again about 1/2 metre.
Okay, folks.
Okay. Take your ring mandrel, and with this one, this is not going to make sense. Normally, I always say whenever you, it's a mess I can make.
That's why we love it.
Normally, I say go 2 sizes larger than the size you're going to be aiming for. But this one, I'm going to say aim for the actual size you want because we don't actually do a lot of adjusting. So I would probably say go for the size that you want, if not slightly about 1/2 size smaller than the size you're aiming for. Just because we're not going to be wrapping around the band, and the wire being thicker will actually kind of spring out a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to, if I just show you, you bend the wire in half. Okay, so we're going for about an end for you, yeah, I assume.
Yeah.
And then just take that middle and pop that there, and just bring the wires together.
Okay.
And we'll naturally cross. Okay, we do this pretty much with any ring shank that we do.
Got you.
I only want 2 wraps around because it is thick wire. I don't really need to have lots of, I don't need to wrap around 3 times.
No.
So I'm just going to let the wires cross again. So you'll have 2 wraps around the back, and then the wires just going in opposite directions on the front. Try and make sure that they are not crossing. Okay, and you can see already, if I let that go, how it's sprung out.
A little bit, yeah.
Quite a lot, so
All right.
pop it back
A
on.
little bit, quite a lot. Either or.
Quite important. So just take it back to the size that you want, and just make sure you've got it nice and secure, okay? And then holding that, what I'm going to do is just taking the top wire, I'm just going to sort of swirl it down, and taking the bottom wire, I'm going to just kind of bend it up, and then take the bottom wire and sort of, what I want to do is create almost a spiral on the front of this, and what that's doing is locking that in place now. If I let that go, it's locked.
Oh yeah, it's not looping down.
No, but I don't want to twist it because I want this to be a flat design. Okay, so once that can actually be removed now. So that's why it is quite important to make sure before you start twisting these together that you have got your sizing correct.
Okay, got you.
Okay, then it's just about having a bit of
The wire's just rolling off.
and it's
coming back. Come on, wire! That was weird. Sorry.
Which we don't
the
know
wire.
which one was the chosen one.
We were sorry about that. Wire. Tricky little blighter.
Right, so again, I'm going to just get the wire. All I'm doing is just running my fingers along it just to get that natural curve.
Yeah.
And that's going to help with the shape of the ring.
And I suppose the wire will kind of tell you where it wants to go when you do that too.
So again, you can see here, this wire's going out quite straight. So all I'm going to do is run my fingers across, and suddenly it's in the right direction, okay? So I'm just going to bring this around. Again, it's a bit of a harder wire to work with. And it's just a matter of looking at it and just having a bit of fun with this, really. So I'm just going to take one of the wires, I'm going to go for the bottom one, and just give it a little bit of a twirl. So just with my fingers, just a little bit of a spiral. And it's still going in the right direction. I just did that little spiral there.
Yeah.
And now I'm just going to bring the wire up to here. And this, think of this initial twist as being the centre of the sort of focal part.
Okay.
So you want to build around that. So you don't want that to be sort of over here and then working away from it. You want that to be the centre, and you can build around it then.
Almost like the eye of a tornado.
Yeah. Sorry.
What are you laughing at?
Just your face.
My face? How rude is that? How rude!
It's because you've got your cheeky smile. You're like, I've said something clever. Smile.
The eye of a tornado. Yeah,
There it is.
that's my clever done for the day.
Right, so all I've done is I've just wrapped that just once around that the ring shank, all the way around once.
Yeah.
Okay, and again that wire is now coming up and back in the right direction. And this is where you just have a bit of fun. I'm just manipulating it round. You don't need to go over the top with this. Okay. Bring this one down. And they're all going to turn out a bit differently. You don't know how they're going to turn out.
Okay.
This one I'm just going to bind on the other side. So you do want to try and get a binding on either side.
Mm-hmm. That was Ben laughing, not me.
I didn't
said
even hear
binding.
it, but I knew that you would be laughing as soon as I said it.
Laura, binding. That's what I get every single time she says that word in my ear.
Right, so, and again, use your pliers if you need to. Just go gently because it is obviously coloured wire, so we don't want to mark the wire. What I want to do is just secure it.
What about if you've got nylon jaws, will they do that?
You can, but you don't really need to. It's just one quick sort of squidge
and you're
and
done.
it's fine. And again, just make sure that the band's actually sitting next to each other nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that that is actually secure, oops, you can finish it however you want. So what I want to do is just blend this into the actual ring now.
Okay.
Okay, so again, a little spiral. And then I'm probably just going to bring this wire. You can bring the wire up and through. Take your pliers. Just manipulate that round. And then just sort of spiral it. And then all of your finishing will be on top of the ring, so you won't
So
have
no
any
scratches again. Brilliant.
And just trim that.
We've still got some of those lovely flush cutters in at the moment on the show, so get yourself online.
So I'm just going to I've got the ends there, so I just want them to sort of blend into the design really. So just twisting them and they'll separate, which is fine. So you just see that when you cut them, and then as soon as you start twisting them, they are going to separate. So what I want to do is just blend them in. You can just see the edges there.
I
just
see,
want that to sort of use them separately. Just blend it in. So I've just hooked that around the outside, and then I can do the same with the other one. Just hook that in, and then make sure there's no sharp edges. Cut it if you need to, or file it. And then again, the same with this one. Trim it if you want to, and just create a sort of a little spiral to blend into the design. And then you would just hook the ends of this into the design. Okay. And that would be your ring. And if you wanted to resize it, obviously I haven't done that properly. If you wanted to resize, make sure it does fit, so just pop it back on, twist it down. It's not finished.
Yeah.
But if you have a look, it should fit.
Let me see.
It's not finished properly. I'll finish it for you in a minute.
Does fits perfectly.
I will finish
It's
it
like
properly.
Cinderella,
I
isn't it?
know. I will finish that properly in a minute. 'Cause
But
obviously I've
it
got that
goes to
end.
show, look, how different
Yeah.
each one is. It's the same technique, but they've
will
got a
not-
totally different
Yeah.
feel, haven't they?
Yeah, and you can add, and if you did have a situation where, say, the wire's coming up and you can't work out how to blend it in, what you might want to do is with these little labradorite, is if you got the bundle earlier with the turquoise wire, you could just, with the 0.4, you could sew a couple of these within.
Oh, gorgeous.
And then you would also catch any loops that you might have that are unsecure.
Yeah.
So you know, not necessarily the labradorite, but if you've got any little gemstones like that, or even little metal beads.
Brilliant. Add that on.
Yeah.
Add that on. Just to let you know, I'm going to bring to you the wire now. We've had people asking about the square wire. I'm going to bring it to you right now. Can I just find out the mill on this, please?
What is it in American?
No,
18,
because
it's 1 mil.
That's the
1 mil,
American,
0.8.
isn't it? So we've got in here the 1 mil, and you've got your 0.8 mil in that square wire. If you've not been able to get square wire from us before, because let's face it, we get it in, it goes out quicker than, I don't know, what goes out really quick?
Mouse up a drain pipe.
What, a mouse up a drain
A rat.
pipe?
Mouse up a drain pipe.
How quickly can
I don't
rats
know,
go
it's
up drain
that's a
pipes?
phrase, isn't it? They go
Is
really
that a
fast.
phrase?
I don't know.
Well, I was
yeah.
going.
Yeah, it is.
It goes quicker than chocolate in the Redican household. You've also got, with this, 1.25 mil. So our second strongest wire in the 10 mil in the silver.
Just makes me strong.
You understand theatre. So you've got your 1 mil and your 0.8 in the square. Talk to us about the square and why it's different. What are we getting with this Spellbind?
It just adds another dimension to it, and the really lovely thing that you can do with square wire is you can twist it. So you can actually, you just twist that one single wire, and then you will get that. That's showing you it's a really cool effect. And then again, you can use that as a feature piece within your bracelets, within your rings. Again, you can use it for sort of doing rings, and you just treat it like a normal wire, but it just gives a different dimension to it, really.
It really, really does give it a completely different effect. I'll be honest with you, when I first saw it, I thought, oh yeah, it does look a bit different, but not that much. But with the pieces I've seen, the look is so far removed from what you might normally expect. It truly, truly is. It's so exceptional. If you go on our Jewellery Maker Facebook page, there'll be pictures on there. I know that Sammy works with it quite a bit. It's really beautiful effects that it creates, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it can give a really elegant look to your work as well. Like I said, I mean, you've got twisted wire like this, which is two pieces of wire twisted together. But then you've got that where, for me, that's my favourite, just to twist it, and then you just get like that.
It's almost looks like a chain.
Yeah,
doesn't it? Like one piece.
You know when you see an iron gate and it's always got that kind of twist?
Yes,
part. I know that's a really random way of comparing it.
You're completely right.
But it gives that effect, and then you can incorporate that into your pieces.
Ryan, I'm going to bring my stickers tomorrow, and you're getting a gold star. He's found some of the flat wire work pieces using this square wire. Take a look for yourselves, see what you think, because I think the effect is completely different. Have a look. Oh. How different does this look? Even just little things like this section here where you've got these effects. Look at how they lie so beautifully next to each other. There's no gaps in there whatsoever. Of course, with the round, of course there would be because of the nature of the shape around. But with the square, they just interlink. They stack beautifully, don't they?
And again, it's good for unisex jewellery.
Yes, absolutely true. Because look at this clasp as well. Using that flat wire, it's quite a bold, strong-looking clasp. But again, you could use that male or female jewellery, couldn't you? Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, clasps are unisex anyway. But there are certain ones that can look a bit feminine, aren't there?
My husband's very much of a. It has to look manly, otherwise he won't even consider it.
He won't even. Tony's a very manly chap, though, isn't he? Very manly chap. Look at this ring as well. Using the square wire again. Let me get your price in. Your price today for all of this should be £17.85. It's not. It's going lower. How do you feel about £5 off? Because that's what you're getting. It's £12.85 for you today. 1 mil in the square wire and your 0.8 in the square. And then you've got that really structural 1.25 as well. £5 saving on the most popular wire, I think it's safe to say, that we do at this moment in time. The 125 as well, for anyone who's not used it before. Just tell us a bit about that.
Well, I can show you. 2 seconds. As part of my challenge is antique bronze. But I've done that with the 1.25.
I've never seen that done before.
Oh, yay.
No way. Really? Hang on, how is that? No
I
way.
have used the finer wire to secure the pearl.
Oh my gosh. 125, right, hang on, let me swap her out.
She's like, so many rings.
Eleanor was like that then. Let me have a look. Like, no, I'm going to look at it myself. I can't believe that.
It looks good, doesn't it? I like that.
What do we always say about rings when you're making rings? What do we say? We always say, don't we? 0.8 or a 1 mil.
Yep.
We never, this is 1.25 mil wire. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh no. Oh no, my finger's swollen up. Oh, what a nightmare. Oh, I better keep that on for the whole show. I want to let you know I've got a tiny amount of this left, I'll be honest with you. This bundle, it's got the square wire, of course it is. I've probably got about 17 or 18 of you with it in your baskets, making sure you check out, because I'll be honest, I am heading into Last Chance Saloon, and fast. I'm in my Last Chance Saloon. I'm at the bar. I am way past the bar now. Boy, oh boy, this is going quickly. Checking out your baskets, guys. I've got, I'm at that horrible position that I hate being. I've got more people on the phone and with it in their baskets than I've got products right now. I'm really sorry. It's going to be a sellout in seconds. $12.85. Check out your baskets. UJGC 58 is your code. Check out. It's gone. It is a goner. It's a goner. It's a goner. I'm really, really sorry. We're heading back to Laura in a mere moment. We're going to head to a really, really short break. Afterwards, more of your questions, more demos, more goodies. Stay where you are.
Jewellery Maker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, Jewellery Maker are never far away.
Tiger's eye is a gemstone that can be masculine or feminine. It comes in like these luscious caramel colours, and when you get it in fuchsia, that's my favourite, when it's bright pink. Love that, and the chatoyancy makes it so different. It sort of follows you around the room, so it makes for some really interesting pieces.
Tiger's eye is one of the first gemstones that I was ever exposed to. My mum bought me a beautiful tiger's eye bracelet when I was away at university, and I've worn it ever since. It has a lot of personal value to me. Not only that though, the Jewellery Maker tiger's eye which you can get exudes so much chatoyancy, and more chatoyancy than I've ever seen from any other tiger's eye. The carat weights are brilliant, you can get it in dyed qualities, but it's the natural essence of the gemstone which I think people find so attractive about it, and that's probably one of the reasons why it's one of our biggest sellers.
The early bird catches the worm. Don't miss out on your chance to grab our amazing early bird offers at 9 AM on weekday mornings. Catch them while you can. Join guest designer Karen Crawford for our Talk Necklaces DVD. Karen will guide you through a number of techniques, including how to design free-form pieces, how to make structured necklaces, adding gemstones and the Aztec weave. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Did you know that every individual gemstone in our Gems of Distinction collection goes through a 7-stage intricate process to get from the rough to a beautiful bead?
Welcome back to Designer Inspiration. You've got me today, Rebecca Redican, and
Me. Laura Bindon.
who are you? You have got us today, and it is our live workshop. We're going to be answering some of your questions very, very, very soon. What have we got on screen now? Designer Inspiration, Elegant Delight. This kit right now. So, on your screen at the moment is the Designer Inspiration kit, which is the 100 meters of your 025. You've got your 0.8 double twisted wire in that beautiful ice tone. You have a whole strand of solar quartz, everything you can see on screen now, with the clear quartz and your labradorite and that findings pack too. That is everything for a tiny £24.95. Almost £22 worth of saving you've got there. Sorry, I've just put that in an absolutely ridiculous place, haven't I? £24.95 for you. Now, we've had some questions in.
Okay, cool.
We've had a message in. Yeah, go on, we're going to pop one up now. Is it this one? Laura, you and your designs are amazing! Becky, you too. Thanks, Amanda. thrown in there. Any chance you can show how you did the pendant with the earrings findings?
I can talk you through it very quickly, if that's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds while I find my, sorry.
Hang on. Yeah, fine.
I'm just finding it.
You've got, what are we saying, 15 minutes? 15 minutes?
Well, I can talk it through and then I'll be able to answer a couple more questions.
Cool beans.
Sorry, I just got to get the other.
Cool beans, I've not said that in ages.
Cool beans.
What are cool beans? What's frozen beans?
When the beans that have been left too cool.
Beans have been left too cool.
Yeah.
So you warm up the beans and then you leave them. Who's warming up beans and leaving? You eat them.
You eat the
you
beans
eat
that you
them.
want
Right, yeah.
when they're warm.
Yeah.
And then it's okay if they've gone cold.
Okay.
Because they're still edible, so it's cool beans.
Cool
Maybe.
beans.
I don't know.
Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe.
Cool.
Okay.
I don't know either. I know, really strange. Cool beans! Yeah, we're going to have a look at how to create
Can
this.
I just
think
take
it's
that
really
one
fun.
then?
Yeah, of course you can. Let me bring it over to you.
So,
I love it.
yeah, you'll be able to see the back of it, which pretty much will give it away. Well, not really, but you'll see. It will. It's just placing them in the right place. I haven't got rid of that properly because I just did this earlier on. But it's just the two linked together so you can see how they've been done. Okay, so just bear with me 2 seconds, I'll turn it over. All right, and I'll pop that down and I'll show you how talk you through it.
Okay, beautiful.
So within the findings kits, obviously you get the chain, you get the jump rings, you get these really cool little like kind of rondel spacer beady things. Whoops, I like to run around. Now we know why I don't go near seed beads. That's why. And then you obviously get your jump rings as well.
Okay.
So for this, I used 3 of the spacer beads, 2 of the jump rings, and then just the gold wire and a handful of the labradorite.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Those are your only components?
Yeah.
A pair of earrings findings, 3 of your rondelles, 2 jump rings, and a bit of 025.
Yeah, and about 8 labradorites.
And about 8 labs.
That's it. That's
Okay,
pretty much
fab.
it. So what I was doing was I was just actually sat in the training room before I came in here and I was having a fiddle about. So I just sort of laid them out, and I like the fact that if you place them and you slightly overlap them, you'll get like these areas that you can weave in because it creates the areas for you. And because of the fact that they're the earrings findings, they're actually really quite sturdy.
Yeah.
So it's like working with one mil hammered.
Okay.
So it's really nice and solid for your weaving. Again, you're using a nice fine wire to weave with as well.
Yeah.
So all you're going to do is, like I said, I won't do it all because it is a little bit time consuming. It probably took me about 40 minutes. So you want to just kind of bind it together. And you can manipulate it a little bit. And so just start off with one of the little eye loops. So you're literally just placing them like that opposite each other.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I get you.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I see.
And see how it's opening up, and what you can do is
Why are you laughing, Ben?
No, because it looks like a frog.
Because it looks like a frog.
Like a happy cartoon frog. Sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
I mean,
I haven't seen that
Sorry.
myself.
hang on, I'm trying to see the happy frog? Kind of, not really.
No, not really. Ben and Pete, though, clearly can. This has made their day. You thought Pete was happy before about the buffet. Well, he is loving life even more right now with the giggles. Okay, wonderful. So you hold them so they look similar to a happy frog.
And it may look like a happy frog, but it will change. So just you will have to cut your gold wire off the reel for this. So take as much of a, as you feel comfortable sort of handling. Thread it through, and then just want it to just wrap it a couple of times around just to secure it. And
Okay, got
use the, I'm just using the gaps to weave. There you go. And then I put one of the labradorite over that loop just to hide it, really. So you can cut a little bit.
So does that mean that you're hiding the messy bit? But also it's holding it.
It's holding it, but it's also hiding the mechanics of it,
Yeah.
so it's not obvious what it is.
Yeah.
So you just pop a little lab on. And then just place that to sit over that little loop.
Okay.
Like that. And then you can just start wrapping it a couple of times. Sort of 2, 3, just to secure it. When you're happy with that, get rid of that little tail if you want.
Okay.
And then I just added a couple more on just to go across, because what I wanted to do is keep placing it down and having a play with how you think it's going to look, and you can bend it a little bit. And then I was thinking, right, where I want to get my wire over here, so how am I going to do that? So to do that, that's it. So you just place it like that. There it is. So what you want is the hook. You want it to look like that, basically. Now it looks a bit like a fish.
Okay, yeah.
A little bit of a shark.
Frog to fish.
Yeah, it's like a shark. I think it looks like a shark.
Okay.
So I've got it there, and you can see it's creating that gap. But I want to bring my wire over, so I just added a couple of the labradorite onto there.
Do some more. Would you like some more labradorite? I'll just clean these up. One's got in my throat. So sorry. Right, so we're creating this, if you've just tuned in. So we're weaving. So can you do this with, say, 0.4? You did this with 0.4 as well?
0.4, you could. Oh, sorry. Yes.
You can. Good.
Right. Oh God. Right. You could use a 0.4 wire. Obviously, the 0.25 is a bit easier to sort of use. It's like using it.
What's going on now? I'm not even looking at you.
In your drink.
It's not me. Yeah. Yeah.
But basically, so you bring your wire across. Oh God, so sorry. And then you just want to start the weave, and you just start weaving within these sections really, and just build it up. Put some of the stones along here, bring the wire across, and weave it up, and just
Well done, Laura.
Really
you are doing really
professional.
well. You've done really well. That is great, isn't it? You can see that.
But you can basically let me get that one done, and I can talk it for a bit easier. So what we started off with was just this bit here. Okay, so we started off, and then I started off by putting the stone just there, bringing it across here, and weaving this section here. Okay, and then you can just pick up your weave down here, add a stone here just to hide that loop again on the back, and pick up your weave and just keep bringing it around, and as soon as you start to bind the wires together, it will actually hold its shape.
Got you.
And then I just sort of added a jump ring and used the wire to attach it, put a bead on, and then just attach another jump ring. So it's just forming them in the right place.
Yeah.
If you just put it like that, you can see how it would go, and then you can just start weaving in between the gaps.
In between.
But you will have to cut the wire off, and you will have to feed it through. And I just went sort of, as we did earlier on, I think I did 3 on one side, 3 on the other. On top part of this one, I just did 2 on either side, just to give it a bit of a different look. So
yeah, I know what you mean. So
yeah,
again, great if you want to practice or try out different things. Now, how I've got some more questions in. How do you attach this?
I just jump ring. I didn't put a clasp on because I did it quite quickly, but I just attached it with jump ring and brought the 2 ends of the chain together. And what I would do is just put a clasp on the back.
So if I show you the front again, then you can see you've got the little ball detail as well, which I just love. It holds it in, but it's doing a great job too.
It kind of blends it in, I feel.
It really does. We've had we've had loads of messages in, but we're going to pick another one for you now. This one is one from Facebook. Oh, so we can't get it on screen. Go on, what's it saying, Helena? It's from Crystal. Hello, Crystal. How are you, sweet pea? She said, can I please see 2 jump rings being attached together without bending or marking them? So obviously Crystal's having a bit of trouble, which is absolutely, you know, all fair and well. How do you attach 2 jump rings together without messing up the shape, without making one oval, one silly, and so they're nicely not locked into shape without marking them?
Okay, if you've got 2 chain nose pliers, brilliant. If you've got the larger toolkit where it actually has flat nose pliers as well as the sort of chain nose pliers, that is ideal.
Great.
If you haven't and you've only got round nose pliers and your sort of flat nose pliers, I'm just using this because this is like from your basic toolkits. Yeah, that's right. So what I tend to do is pick them up with the pliers.
Okay.
Find the hole, which can be a bit hard sometimes, like not the hole, the little cut.
Yeah.
So I can see that the cut is just here above my finger. You can just about see it there.
So this is from our findings pack as well, and that's the saw cut, isn't it? Yeah. So that's why it's such a smooth slice.
You will see it. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's so
perfectly
straight,
sawn.
you can't actually see it.
Yeah.
And then, so this is doing it the real, if you don't have any other tools, take your round nose pliers, just hold the side and just twist.
Okay.
And it opens.
So you're twisting it down?
Yeah, I'm just twisting it. You're just twisting it. So you're not pulling it.
No.
You're just twisting to open that. Attach your second one. I just picked it up and just twist it shut. Now what can happen?
So you're actually only opening one of them?
Yeah. Now you'll see that there's a tiny little gap there because I haven't done it properly. If you have got the 2 pairs of pliers, then it is a bit better. The chain nose, because you can get a better grip on it and you can just wiggle it shut.
I see.
Okay, and another little tip is just pop your pliers in and just kind of almost
squidge them down.
It.
Yeah, I get you.
And then just take that time, just wiggle it. And then you'll find that easier with 2 pairs of chain nose, because you can't quite get that grip because you've got the sort of the shape of it because they're graduated up. You can't get that real good grip on it. If you can get 2 of these, or as I said, if you get the larger toolkit, you get the flat nose pliers in there as well, which are ideal.
Perfect.
And that's all you need to do.
So I hope that's helped you, Crystal, because absolutely it's something we use a lot, but it can be really, really tricky. So just remember, when you're pulling them apart, almost keep the top end and bottom end in line at all times. You don't want to be opening it apart.
You just
keep
want
them
to twist it
in line.
Like that. You just want to twist it like that.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. And
I hope that helps you, Crystal. Thank you very much for messaging in. Now, I've got to go.
Cool.
Can you send any questions in though? I've got a bit of time with Spellbind in a bit. Now, I've got some more treats for you. Some more treats and goodies. Where are we starting? Okay. Oh, wow. Boy, oh boy. I've been telling you we're going to be doing savings and discounts on Sapphire today. This is the one. This is the time. Double trouble. So it's 2 strands of the same beautiful sapphire. 10 carats on each of these strands. Genuine, stunning sapphire. It's from 1 mil to 3 by 2 mil. This is your Burma blue sapphire. And look at it. How exquisite is this tone? It's almost a bit archetypal, isn't it? When we think of sapphire, you might be thinking of this colour. You might be thinking of this colourway, this colour palette. Now, sapphire, we know it's one of the big 4. We know that it's a gemstone synonymous with royalty the world over. Not just our own, all over the world. I'm sure a lot of you, when you think of royalty and you think of sapphire at this moment in time, you're possibly thinking of Kate, aren't you? Of course, she has that beautiful blue sapphire ring. It's just such a regal and royal, high quality gemstone. And the fact that you have got 2 exquisite and natural strands here makes it even more unforgettable. When we're talking about sapphire, there's a few things you look at on there. You're looking at clarity. You've got that. You're looking for a beautiful and even saturation. You've got that. You've got the beautiful hue as well in there. Now, I told you we were going to do a discount. You're getting it double trouble, 10 carats. Your price today is not £69.90. You're getting £10 off. £10 off sapphire today. Your price point for these two stunning strands, £59.90 for these two strands of genuine sapphire. We don't do discounts on sapphire often, do we? Let alone £10 off. Zogsy 35 is your code. The clarity, the saturation, the colour, the location. You've got it all and more on here. No spaces, no messing, just gem upon gem. Oh, sapphire clustering. That's got my name on it, hasn't it? What do you do with these lovely binding?
Well, like you say, I would use them quite sparingly, but if you think of the little pendant that we just attempted to demo, you could put a couple of those in. You wouldn't need to use a lot of wire, and you could just add a couple for that little bit of sort of high-end, use a high-end metal, and it's done. Little pair of earrings, some drops.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Totally. £59.90. I told you we have discount on sapphire, and there it is for you. Zogsy 35 is the code. You've got the saturation, you've got the colour, you've got the location, and you've got £10 off too. The beer quartz, did we say? I love this strand. Now, have you ever done research on beer quartz? Have you tried? Because when you do, I think it's like the first page worth or so of the information that you'll get on the internet. Obviously different for different search engines and things, but the first page and a half is talking about beer quartz and how to get beer quartz. You get quartz that's a bit of a dusky colour and you heat it to create this beautiful beer colour. And that is what gives you this gorgeous, rich tone, this beautiful umber-like colour. Now, the thing with this is, it's got that amber-like tone to it, hasn't it? You know the kind of yellow kiss that you get from the amber? That's what you're getting here. 85 carats worth, we have on this strand. Now, this is your large faceted selection, all the way up to 15 by 12 mil. But even the smaller ones, look at that. Let me just polish it. Look at that as a ring. For me, that's beautiful. Isn't it? Look how bright. Look how clear. And look also at how the life of these. When I say life, I mean that internal fire, that internal brilliance. So if I could just focus on one at a time. Just look for me at how the light travels through. So when I say that, what I mean is, look at the different areas. Can you see an area of shade? Now as I move it, can you see how that area of shade becomes fire, especially at the bottom section here? That's purely due to those elongated facets. So you can see at the base there, it's very shaded at the moment, isn't it? That's because I'm stood in the background. You can see my reflection. It goes to show you the clarity. And then look as I'm turning it. Can you see the sparkle of the facet starts? And then look there. That bit there, that internal fire, that brilliance that you're getting from internally, inside this gem. And then look, because the facets have been created to really highlight the shape of this genuine gemstone, you've got different areas whereby you'll see kind of almost a table on the facet, and then all of a sudden that'll turn into like a checkerboard, and then it'll go into like elongated facets, almost like a briolette kind of. It's absolutely astonishing. It truly, truly is. And that's because of the work that's gone into this. We haven't given this to a lapidrist and gone, okay, create all of these to be exactly the same. We've given this quality of gemstone to a lapidrist and gone, just show this off to the best it can be. And the lapidrists have gone, Mother Nature does her job with this gemstone so superbly that I'll just facet it to the shape of the gem itself. That goes to prove how much of an astonishing gem this is. And that's all about the quality. 85 carats worth. Your price today is just £17.95. I've got on my strand, of course, I can't guarantee this, but I've got 2 for £6 on my strand. You'll definitely get around 85 carats. You might get 7, you might get 8, you might get 5, but I can guarantee you that you'll be getting 85 carats worth. XZSF51. Again, spellbind, shapes unusual. What are we doing?
That would be my Robbie Williams.
Oh yeah.
I think lemon quartz would be Gary. Knockdown. That's my favourite.
Is it?
I love that. Again, you know, like you say, a ring, a pendant, a pair of earrings. Because sometimes you can get similar shaped ones or similar sized ones. I don't know if you have on that one, but for me, each one has got to be a feature.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, for me, I'd make rings and pendants out of it, or even a bracelet, just one in the middle of a bracelet.
Because they're good size, decent size.
They're decent size, but even they don't need to be massive, because just being stood here, I can see that light sparkling off of it.
Yeah.
So you would catch the eye.
Yeah, you really, really will. I'm just pairing it with these as well, because that green with the sunlight tones is beautiful, isn't it? Like spring day or what? Actually, I'm going to bring these to you now. This is last chance to get your hands on that quartz. Do check out quickly. This is a beautiful strand of your shell pearl in this lovely green tone. I've been telling you for a long, well, it feels like a long time, for a fair few weeks, months now actually, about pearls and about how the pearl yield has gone down and that the price has gone up massively. That is the case, and you know, we haven't been able to get our hands on pearls, and I said to you a few months ago, you need to be expecting to see more shell pearl, which is astonishing. It's wonderful, because when I said that, I knew we'd be having loads of shell pearl in, but I didn't expect the variety of colour. Look at this strand, it's your light green shell pearl. I've done what, 4, 5, 6 strands of the shell pearl for you today, all in totally different colours. If you've got our other strands of shell pearl that I did for you earlier on, look at these, because this is the same, they're the same size. This is from that very, very first bundle I brought to you this morning, this afternoon. But this is what I'm saying, isn't it amazing that the shell pearl we've got in has got such a variety? If you got your hands on that first bundle, you want to get your hands on this just to add to that collection. These are 12 mil, same size, in light green. They're your beautiful shell pearl. Your price today is just £6.95 today. JQ, Jed. Was I talking about Jedwood then? JQPO14 is your code. Again, what about a beautiful ring? What about a pair of cufflinks? What about, what would you think of doing with these ones, Spellbound?
No, they would go lovely with that top drilled selection that you had. You know,
the nuggets?
Yeah,
No.
the nuggets.
Yeah?
The top drilled ones. Yeah.
These ones?
Yeah, with the zoisite and amethyst.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me see.
And it would give that bit of texture as well, so you'd be able to sort of really take it up a level.
You've got your eye on the prize with that. You're absolutely right. So if we're working with these together, what are we thinking?
Again, I just think if you twisted them all together, you've got a beautiful design. You know, you could do a really nice sort of tiara type thing with that as well. Do you know what I mean? Like a sort of ethereal kind of tiara. A lot of people sort of like that natural sort of woodland kind of thing.
I know exactly what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Weird.
Yeah, I do.
Again, you've got proms as well. You've got christenings. So for things like that, people like to wear sort of headpieces that are going to be a little bit different, that go with their outfits.
Love it. £6.95. Spelby, could I do something like this with this?
Yes.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Would look really nice, wouldn't it?
That'd be fab.
Yeah,
Nudge, nudge, won't we? £6.95 for you. Light green shell pearl, £6.95. Add it to your order price today. Right, let's give you another goodie, shall we? On this side. Okay. Wow, wowzers. Imagine kind of the tone of the countryside, maybe even in autumn. What are you thinking? You know that stage when it comes, did I tell you about this? When I was younger, we used to, and I lived up in the Lake District, and there used to be like this house we used to drive past on the way to school, and you used to have this vine growing up it. And you know that time of year where the vines, the leaves turn from green to brown and then they fall off? My mum used to tell me that pixies came out at night and painted them brown, and that they then used to pick them off the vine. Now, I understand that that's cute, but I promise you, I was 14 at the time. Happened 14 minimum, 14, 15. And I believed her for far too long of a time. This reminds me of that. Painful memories. Oh, this reminds me of that. It really, really does. It also reminds me of when I asked my mum, because I was watching a black and white film, I asked my mum, Mum, was everything in the olden days black and white? Like, was everyone like, you know, grey coloured, and cars and houses and shops were? And she said yes. I genuinely said yes. She didn't even laugh or nothing. She said, yeah, I believed that until I was 13. Honestly. Nightmare. I've gotten over it now. So 120 carats worth of this we have here. Multicoloured quartz. These are your graduated faceted rounds. These are 8mm. They have got that gorgeous kind of, that turning of the season colour tone, hasn't it? The green then melding into that beautiful crisp yellows and browns of the leaves. I know it sounds like a far way off, I'm sure it does, especially if you've got some sun today, you lucky things. But autumn is around the colour, and what happens when autumn is in season, everyone goes back to the same, don't they? They go to those neutral, earthy and natural tones, and that's what you've got in here. I know the autumn seems a long, long, long way off, but it's not, especially if you're making something, you know, for your craft stalls. This is one for you to get your hands on, because when we're in autumn, these tones come back in every single time, so get it now whilst we've got it. Your price today is just £11.95. Or is it? Nah, it's not. Like the pixies picking the leaves off the vine, we're picking pennies off the price. £9.95 for you today. £2 you're saving on this. Every little helps. Every little helps. Multicoloured quartz on these faceted rounds. Beautiful interest on these. £9.95. Got to move on. Where did you say, sweet? Oh yeah, box number 60. Why not? Blue 0.6, turquoise 0.6, and your antiques bronze in the 0.25. 100 metres of the 0.25 antiques bronze and 10 metres of the turquoise and the blue in each reel. Now, if you got that turquoise before we had the 100 metres of, oh, really standout pieces you could create with that, couldn't you? With all of that turquoise. Really, really beautiful. 120 metres worth you're going to be getting in total. So you've got, for me, my favourite weaving wire with the 0.25. You've also got your two 0.6 reels, which we've said great for your findings. Great with the gizmo. Wonderful to add real interesting twist details as well. Lovely to just add on gemstones too if you wanted to, if you needed to, because a lot of gemstones will happily have the 0.6 through it. 120 metres, your price should be £16.85. Please remember for me, that takes into account any discounts we've got on at the moment. So say we've discounted one of these wires recently, that'll be taken into account on that price. So it's up-to-date price comparisons. Your price today, though, is £7.95 for you. What do you think?
It's a bargain.
Isn't it? How much is these, lovely Helena? So like how much is the 0.25? 100 metres? Because that's astonishing. I can't even get my head around it. I need this explaining to me. Real nice different colourways, isn't it? Chocolatey brown with that deep, deep sort of navy blue, and then your turquoise, like a little jet blast. QWGC 52. Of course you have to work them together, obviously, but they actually go well together. Your price, oh, sorry, did you say you had it then? No. What do you think of this colourway? Would you use it together, or is that a bit far-fetched?
I always use that colour together. I think it's an amazing colour. What you could use, because you have got the 0.25 and you've got the thicker one, the 0.6. Even though I say as a rule I don't tend to weave I use 0.8 as my base wires. You can use 0.6 as a base wire if you are using the 0.25 as a weaving wire. So you could create really lovely delicate weaves, you know, like pendants and earrings, but keep it really delicate and light. So that would be a really lovely combination.
I've got to let you know as well, this one by itself, £9.95. Just this one. Just this, 0.25, turn around so you can actually read it. 0.25, 100 metres, antiques bronze, £9.95. That means not only are we taking £2 off the price of this one product, we're giving you 10 metres and 0.6, and again 10 metres and 0.6 in 2 alternate colours for free. You know why this is great? This is a great bundle because maybe you, like me, love working with your 0.25. It's my favourite weaving wire. In fact, it's my favourite wire of all. It's £9.95 for 100 metres. That's a great price. But we're taking the money off that, something that you have to use. So that you use, half my stock's gone. Need to let you know that I've got multi-buyers. Like my first 5 people were multi-buying it. Get yourself in. I've got half my stock gone and I've probably got about 15, 16 people with it in their baskets. Yeah, this is great because maybe you love your 0.25 like I do. You've got 100 metres of it. Brilliant. You've already got £2 off this. The fact of the matter is you're getting a discount on this of £2, which you don't normally get on just one set, do you? But then, if you haven't worked with these coloured wires before, now's your chance, because you're getting them for free. Not even for free, you're getting them. Think of it this way, you're getting them, we're giving you like £1 back for each, aren't we? If you think, imagine that's £9.95, and then imagine we said, we will give you this and we'll give you £1, and then we will give you this and we'll give you £1. That's what's happening. So, if you've never tried it before, the colours, if you've been worried about coloured wire, now is your chance. People are going to miss out, like ASAP, like now-ish. It's going to be a sellout really quickly. Get yourself in, get yourself on the phone. I don't know who's missing out, loads of you are. I'm really sorry. Probably about 20 of you at the moment. It's a goner. Sorry. Don't worry, more good deals. Is this together or just separately, Sweet Pea? Okay, let's do our jewellery maker toolkit. If you're new to us, if you need to get your hands on more of these, then now's your opportunity. This is our jewellery maker jewellery kit. Now, this is your small toolkit, and have a little look what you're getting. You've got the protective, really sturdy, nice, strong toolkit itself with a lock zip. And then look at all these goodies on the inside. Now you'll have seen this on the adverts. You'll know the price. Your price today is just £9.95. It's a stunning little deal, honestly. Let's do a really quick run through of what we're getting. You're getting your storage box, great for findings, great for seed beads. You're getting your reamer, perfect for pearls if you need to make the hole larger. You're getting your scoop as well, just really handy to keep things nice, neat and tidy. You're getting your tweezers, which I'm going to need to tidy up that labradorite in a bit. You've got your sticks here. These are perfect for things such as your wire, your beading thread. You've got your chain nose pliers, which we were showing you earlier on, how to open and close the jump rings with. Great at getting into nooks and crannies and little areas, little spaces. You've got your snips as well, which are perfect for the wire. And then you can see then on your screen, you have got the round nose pliers as well. All of that, £9.95 for you today. GLCR60 is the code, 8 pieces, £9.95. Great if you're new, great if you need to top up. Generally, just really useful. And if you have a little look around and try and buy, like I've seen, tools that look very similar to this, different colorways. You know, like when you go to craft shops and they have like their own branded ones and you can just buy them separately. I've seen ones that look exactly the same as this, just different color, like £5, £6, £7 each. You're getting the whole kit and caboodle. £9.95 today though. Last chance to get your hands on my next one. Fantastic. Have you got a wax wicone? Or if you wanted a wax wicone? Do you want to get all 3 sides of the wax wicone? Go ahead, go for it. But then do you want a wax wicone type-esque thing that you can carry around with you really quickly? Then this is probably the one for you. it is your cone-tastic tool. Now, if you haven't seen this before, really, really simple. The base here unscrews, and inside there is a multitude of different shaped cones. I think there's 3. Is that right in saying that? There's 3 different cones. Beautiful, there is. You've got your 3 different cones in there. And then you can see there at the end you've got your Allen key. That comes inside as well. And the Allen key, if you have a look on that cone-tastic tool, can you see you've got the little hole in there? That's where your Allen key goes. Pop your Allen key in there, give it a quick turn. And at the top, if I show you, you'll be able to see there's a hole. There's like a set of teeth that will open when you use that Allen key. The teeth will open. You can choose which one of those 3 size cones you want. Pop that cone in there, just with the end going into it. And then again, using your Allen key, just close it up. And it's ready to go. And you can create your wax wicone style cones. Great for exactly like this. Great for hanging tassels, waterfall details. Great for clasps. If you do kumihimo, you can get the right sizes. It's just so spectacular. This is your cone-tastic. You zooming into that nice photo then, Ben? Your price today for your mandrel tool set is just £17.95 for you today. DXBN09, that is your code. I've not got many left though, because it's been really, really popular. Really popular. 72 left, that's it. I know that sounds like a lot, but I promise you it's not at all. Hang on, how many? Oh, 22. Not 72, 22. That's really small. That's really, really not a lot. Spellbind. Cone-tastic. Discuss.
I haven't actually had a chance to use it.
Okay, cool.
But
17. No, go on.
But it is, like you say, it's essential. Again, if you do anything like the kumihimo, if you like to do macrame, if you like to do Viking knit, you can just create your own cone, pop it over the top. It hides all of the ends. And also, again, I know Mark does a lot of the when he does his chips and nugget style twisted necklaces, and then you can twist them all together and just put a cone on, and it will hide all of the ends, and then a couple of and a bit of chain.
Easy peasy.
Job done.
Job done. Job done. £17.95. I've got I'm in my teens on this now. You're gonna have to be really, really quick. And also, it's good to point out. I don't know if maybe you have, you know, the app. You can download a free app, can't you, to read barcodes on your phone for the special scanner. If you scan the back of this packet, just where it has the logo there, this one. It takes you to a website and it shows you exactly how to use it. It shows you videos of how to use it. It gives you ideas as well. So you've got that help, that backup there right on the packaging. £17.95, last chance to purchase that. Now I'm going to squeeze this in because I adore it. We've had this strand for a while. Then it sold out. We've got it back in stock. I love these. Rose quartz. Aren't they fab? Eh? Like the arrowheads, aren't they? 14 by 10 mil on these. There are 140 carats worth on these. Now, I'm not surprised we had these out of stock for quite some time. I'm really not, because versatile isn't even the word. It's truly, truly not. So let's have a look at it like this. All interlinked, imagine that. Isn't that just really, really simple little brace? All interlinked, lovely cascade of light. Oh my goodness, the lights on that. See the light always pointing. It's pretty, isn't it? So, sorry. You can use it like this, but you can also turn them nose to nose. Create like a, shimmy these up. Look at that. Nose to nose. You got yourself like a little hair bow, a little bow tie effect. My fingers are in the way, but you get the idea. How cute would that be? Just on a piece of elastic as a little hair bubble. Easy peasy. You could do them back to back as well, which means that in that shape, in that inner section there, you could just add a couple of seed beads, just add a little bit of a detail. That on sort of a rosary style chain link, beautiful. You can interlink them obviously side by side next to each other. If you worked these in the right way, say on head pins, you could actually do them next to each other. Any shape you wanted to create with these, pretty much, you can have a go at, can't you? Flip them, use them one way, use them a different way, interlink them. What if you did the V sort of next to each other, on top of each other, side by side? Whatever you want to do, give it a go. 140 carats worth. I've got multi-buyers. Your price today is just £6.95. What about a cute pair of earrings with these as well? Perfect. Little bit of a headwear piece, bracelet. What do you think of these spellbinds?
But they're just different, aren't they? I just think, like you say, a pair of earrings would look really cool.
Yeah.
A bracelet is just really sweet.
Yeah.
And you could put little tiny gemstones in between each one as well to break it up. And you can take them off, and if you take them off and put them in opposite directions, you have like a diamond.
Yeah. Like
effect,
a diamond
and
shape.
then you can put
yeah.
a stone in the middle.
Yeah.
So you can play about with them.
You can really simply, can't you?
Yeah.
Multi-buyers on this, loads of you getting your hands on it. Do you know what? £6.95 is a price we don't go to often, especially on gemstone strands like this. It is stunning little price, a stunning deal. And think about this, how often do you see individual products like this coming to you at £6.95? Not often at all. 7, 8, 9, 10 more maybe. £6.95 is a really low bargain for you. HLGP80 is the code. Is it these rondelles? Oh, I love you. Oh, they're so cute. Look at these. I love rondelles in general, but then when you add that with this absolutely stunning stone, then you kind of fall head over heels in love, aren't you, really? 80 carats worth of your bolder opal. Now, you've got here a really gorgeous, pale, relaxing, chilled out tone when it comes to this bolder opal. Now, with opal, don't forget, quite often you'll hear, oh, if it's got colour play, that's how you know it's got quality. Bolder opal of this form doesn't really have that much colour play. What it does have though, and what you've got in abundance here, is a really interesting external structure. Lots of banding, lots of areas of translucency to opaque. There's lots of sort of cooling, calming, relaxing tones with a beautiful high sheen lustre as well. 80 carats worth, TLRU04. They're 6x4 and 9x4, 18 centimetre strand, no spaces, just gem on gem. It's my favourite stone, and it's yours too at this price. Or is it? Are you one of those people who, you know, it's Monday, oh, £11.95, oh, I like it when it's under 10. Now it is £9.95 for you today. Loads of you getting your hands on this. I absolutely adore it. So nice having graduation in a strand, especially when it's this subtle. Because if I show you the graduation, so this is sort of with the end pieces and with the centre ones, they can see the difference. But it's not ridiculously dramatic, is it? Don't get me wrong, that's nice sometimes when you want really statement pieces. But sometimes you just like a little bit of subtlety. And that's what you have here. Look at that. For me, that, on a head pin, on a shepherd's hook, pair of earrings. You know? So that's one earring. You do the same at the other side. Pair of earrings. Beautiful. £9.95. I absolutely love this gemstone strand, and lots of you do too. TLRU04. I've got to be quick because I've got some more to squeeze in before we go. On my right, love. Hang on. Ooh. Have a little look at this. It's got like I'm trying to think of the colour. Clear denim, isn't it? This is your colour-coated quartz. It's got a really wonderful, deep, sort of denim-y tone, but then at the same time, it's got clarity. Isn't that unusual? 115 carats worth we have here. 10mm rounds, these ones are. A lot of them beautifully eye clear. They truly, truly are. Now, these are coated. You'll be able to see that at the bottom. If you're not sure what coated is, it's basically a treatment. Treatments are done on gemstones, you know, the world over, everywhere pretty much. It's very, very rare to find anything that hasn't been totally treated. We, unlike many, many, many others, tell you what treatments have taken place on gemstones, and this one has had coating. Now, coating isn't a paint. We haven't got a genuine gemstone and just whacked a bit of acrylic on it. That's not what's happened. We've literally just given you this really delicate, really, really fine, thin and transparent, beautiful coating to bring you something that Mother Nature can't. Mother Nature doesn't bring you this tone of your blue, of your beautiful blue quartz, and she doesn't bring you this much kind of range of play, I suppose. It's not a paint, you can see that. You can see how transparent this is. You can see my thumb running behind it. 18 centimetre strand, 10 mil, your price? £6.95 for you. JGGK32, that's your code. Get yourself on the phones. £6.95. What do you think of that price? Another one.
I know. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's just and that's such a lovely stone. I think that on a stretchy bracelet on its own would just be beautiful. You know, you wouldn't need to do a lot with that.
You really wouldn't, would you?
But again, earrings, rings. It's like little drops of water, isn't it?
Isn't it? It really, really is. Oh, got to move on. £6.95 for you. What? Where did you say? 30. On my left. On my left. Flowers. They're so cute. We love the flower shapes. You know, sometimes when we say the flowers, we just mean that there's kind of 5 bumps. Not with these. These have been hand carved, so they actually have the indentation. They're kind of concave where each petal takes place. Really beautiful, aren't they? This is such stunning clarity. It truly, truly is. These will go with anything. Facts from Ryan. They will though, won't they? 150 carats worth of these beautiful, beautiful flower shapes. I love that just as a ring, you know. What about ring and a bracelet? Let me see this. Let me just see, let me get my ideas. Oh yeah, I'm on board here. Who else? Who's on board with me? Who's on board? Hands up. Who's on board? Boys, good. Yeah. Laura's not.
Yeah.
Do you not like that as a set?
I think it looks lush.
Do you?
Yeah.
When for Laura to say it looks lush, that is the biggest pat on the back you can get, isn't it? Isn't it? I love that as a collection. And do you know what you'd need to create that? 2 bits of elastic. Make yourself a stretchy ring and a stretchy bracelet. We always say stretchy bracelet, don't we? But you can make yourself a stretchy ring, can't you?
Yeah. And imagine that on little hair clips.
Oh.
Imagine if you had bridesmaid or even something bridal.
Yeah.
You could still incorporate that into a tiara. But I would get that and make little hair clips for my daughter. And she would just love it. Little stretchy hairbands, again, put it on some elastic. And it would just be lush. And it would go in all the hair colours as well.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Go with everything.
Yeah.
How do you feel about getting it for under £15? Your price today, £14.45 is not your price. Should be. These are hand carved, people. This is eye clear. This is beautiful. Your price today though is redonkulously low. It's not £14.45. We're trying to go low. It doesn't want us to. We're going to anyway. £9.95 for you today. HYGP41. Should have been nearly £15. You're getting it for under 10 today. That's a bit astonishing, isn't it? How much would you sell my bracelet ring combo for? Can I just say, with my bracelet ring combo, look how much I've got left over too. Loads left. Even just that. If I did that on elastic, what are you thinking, Spellbind? Genuine gemstones.
If it was just on elastic, I mean, you could sell a ring with just one of those for £5 on its own. You know, for the set, even if you said, you know what, you can have the set for sort of £8-9, you're going to get your money back on just that, and then you can still make a little pair of earrings. You could imagine just a couple of them dropped. So if you had 3 of them just hanging from a necklace, so you didn't need anything major. No.
I love it, and I love the price, and so do you, triple buyers. Ooh, treat yourself. Do you know what? It's a Monday. If you can't buy yourself flowers on a Monday, when can you? Yeah, they're genuine gemstone flowers, but no one needs to know. £9.95 for you today. The last one. Oh, squeezing this in. Citrine. Wow, that's bright. That is really bright. Take a look. Now, it is really marmalade-y, isn't it? Really, really marmalade-y. Now, what I will say to you, because let's be honest about this. I'm sure a lot of us know, you know, treatments are something that takes place with. Oh, it's brand new. Brand new. Sorry for my high voice. I just didn't know. Did you? Brand new. This is a brand new strand for you today. What was I saying? So yeah, I was saying to you that I'm sure, you know, we've talked about treatments a bit today actually, haven't we? And it's really important to point out that this has had a treatment on it. It's heated. Now the heat is purely there to intensify that coloury burst, that colour, that beautiful tone, because as you know, it is such a rarity for Mother Nature to bring us you know, citrine with this much zest, this much of a burst of colour, this much brightness and lightness and tone. It's really, really rare. So we apply a little bit of heat just to really intensify that tone. And in fact, they say that around 90% of all citrine on the market's been heated, like this one has. Your price for a brand new strand today, it's really, really highly... Oh, no, it's not. £14.95. Where's that one gone? Wouldn't this go really beautifully with that one I had earlier? You know which one I mean, don't you? The beer quartz. It's here right in front of my nose. Oh yeah, did you get the beer quartz earlier? If so, look at that as a combo, because we're working with the same shapes, aren't we? And very, very similar faceting as well on those. And look how the light just plays in each. Stunning. This is, again, something that you'll be able to have a lot of fun with. It really, really is. Spellbind, I'm coming over to you because it's like the show's nearly over.
I know, I just realised that, so I'm all ready, look. Cleared up.
I love it.
I've cleared up.
Well done.
There's a few things I can't get.
There's a few labradorite just stuck down the side here.
Yeah.
Golly, golly, golly. How have you managed to do all of this in such a short space of time?
That's the kind of brangle I was saying about with the druzy. That you could do something like that, because
Yeah.
that's 1.25 wire I've used there.
Yeah.
So you could put one or a couple in the middle and just keep it very simple.
When we get onto this, let me just remind you that this was part of Laura's challenge. So in that kit, you got 240 carats worth of your green quartz in the rounds that we've got here, 10mm. You also got your, wait, what else did you get? You got the potato pearls, the cultured pearls. We've still got some actually.
Careful.
Let me show you them. Oh, that's where this ring's from. You got that beautiful purple coloured potato pearls. These are 8x7mm. You got the aventurine, which is that cab. Now the cab was round, 30mm on that, 40 carats worth. You also got 10 metres worth of antiques bronze wire, 1.25, and you got all of that for a tiny reduced price of just £14.95. I love this collection.
It's lovely, isn't it? And again, you can see I've literally used 4 gemstones in the cab. I've still got all of that wire left. Yes, I did cheat a tiny bit and use gold 0.4 wire, but just because I wanted to do that type of bracelet just
That's
to show.
all right, you're allowed to add for a challenge.
Yeah.
You are allowed. I'm sure loads of people have got it at home as well.
Yeah, and again, it's you know, I could have used a 0.25. The reason I didn't was because only because I wanted it to build up quicker. And if I'm using the thicker wire, the weave itself builds up quicker than if I was using the finer.
This is seriously sturdy, isn't it? Because you've been working with that 0.25, 1.25.
Yeah.
How do we create this then?
Literally, there are 3 pieces that are the centre of the bracelet. You do the weave, which is a scaled down version of what I showed earlier on. It's just 3 pieces
just
of wire
3, not
instead
4,
of 4.
like before.
Yeah, so I just did that. Got to a set point on that one, because I used 0.4, I got to 17 wraps. Okay. Then I just split the wires open, put the is it aventurine? No, it's
the
not.
quartz.
It's quartz, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought it wasn't. On, and then bent the wires around. So those inner wires just here
I see.
are
These 2.
Yeah, the weaving wires.
Yeah.
Base wires. So just brought it all back together, continued the weave, and then I cut off 2 additional pieces and just wove around with the 1.25 to create the decoration around the outside.
Oh
and
wow!
the
So these
spirals.
are added on extra bits here.
Added on after.
I felt
it
unusual
just
to
needed
think of
something.
adding 1.25.
Yeah.
But it is adding a totally different
It just
feel.
builds it up a little bit. I felt it just needed that something more, and then I was able to just do the extra loops around the bangle as well.
Super sturdy as well then, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's really solid. So as a cup, it's perfect.
Really, really solid. That's stunning. And you've got my ring as well.
Yeah, you got the ring as well.
Isn't it beautiful? It's just a really... how have you done this? Because how have you hidden the drill hole on this? Because you cannot see it from any angle.
No, it's just sewn in. So you get the wire, you wrap it around twice so that you've got the right wires, like we did with the twisted one, and you've got the wire going in opposite directions.
I got you.
Bit of 0.25 wire, just weave it on, attach the stone and wrap the wire around.
That's it.
That's it.
How long did it take you?
5 minutes.
That's amazing. And lastly, but by no means leastly, aventurine.
Oh, I just had to play that.
Is that a similar technique to what you showed us with that tiger's eye earlier
Yeah, but
on?
because I wasn't under so much pressure, I was able to plan it out a little bit better
Got you.
and make sure that it was secured. And I did use a tiny bit of 0.25 just to bind the odd 1 or 2 bits.
Do you mind if I show the back of it?
No?
No, is that all right? So again, you've just used those sections, those areas,
Yeah.
to feed around.
Yeah, and because it's 1.25, the wire will stay in place, whereas when you do use the finer wire, it will not hold its shape so well, whereas that, once you put it there, it will stay there.
I love how you've done a talk as well with it.
It's very super quick. Oh,
How
look.
simple is that? How adorned am I right now? Isn't that fab? So your 1.25 is absolutely fine for that, isn't it?
Yeah, and what you could do is once you've got that, is just hammer it, you know, and then just make it a little bit stronger and just form it, and that's it, it's done.
Done and dusted.
Done.
You're a love. I've had fun. Highlight of the day.
I can't even think about it.
I've been wanting to tell you this for a while, but you've got like smudged mascara
I know I have.
from
I
where
can't
you
do
started
anything
crying.
about it. I can't do anything about it.
It's a very professional day. I think we can all agree with that. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I've had a whale of a time. Thank you, Spellbind. You're in on Friday, aren't you?
Workshops.
Workshop.
Yes. So I'll see you then.
Love that. I am in tomorrow with wonderful Prue, Kumahimo. I've never had Prue before. Anyone else? No?
No.
No. Stay tuned for the Late Show with Ed. I will see you 1 till 5 with Prue tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Hi jewellery makers, if you're a Freeview viewer, you can now continue to watch the show live by switching